All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the second episode of the Millertime Monday Show. Our guest today is probably the busiest person I personally know in music today, Christian O'Neill of Chemical Youth, and at this point, I think various other projects. How you
Yeah,
doing, man?
basically pretty good, man. How are you?
Fucking, I'm chilling.
Make it.
You've been busy.
Yeah,
You've been very busy.
yeah. So all throughout basically the last, when was it? So starting into last summer, I started getting pretty busy. We went and did I did a recording with a band called Modern Myth. Did a bunch. We'll get into all that stuff later, but basically went record crazy from there and projects, and just got back from San Francisco and Berkeley, which is cool. So, yeah,
Oh
I've been
yeah,
all over the place.
yeah, dude. I feel like anytime I get on like Facebook or pretty much Facebook, really, I'm just constantly seeing you upload. It's like a vocal cover of this, or I got this original song.
hmm
Oh, I tagged along with these guys and did a thing. Like when I say busiest person I know in music, you are the busiest person I know in music. It's really fucking rad.
Yeah, I try to stay busy too, because obviously, like, I'm an unsigned artist. I'm an independent, producer. I write songs for people, edit, produce, stuff like that. So it's like being under the chain and stuff, right? Like, I don't really have any backing. I do all of it by myself. As you've seen, like you said, you kept seeing these releases. I did this or a cover or whatever, doing all this from my bedroom off this piece of shit. Just constantly in like a field where like I haven't been noticed, where maybe that means like I haven't tried hard enough, which I don't necessarily believe is always not the truth. I think you could always try harder, but in that field, it's like I'm trying to stay as busy as possible, trying to get my name as many places as possible, um, to do exactly what you're saying right here that you're seeing, like
Hmm.
catch the attention of somebody one day. If not, I'm having a blast and having a migraine and wanting to die, and my head's going crazy with it. But it's yeah, dude. I've stayed busy with a lot of stuff lately, so.
Yeah, man. Crazy, by the way, when you say you're unsigned, like with your voice, I feel like I feel like people would just want to sign you off of that alone. So the fact that you're unsigned is wild to me because your
Yeah,
range
I
is obscene. It's crazy.
thank you, dude. I really appreciate it because, like, as you can tell, they're talking, and maybe you have or haven't noticed it, but I don't typically have like the highest speaking voice. I don't think.
No, no,
Um,
not at all. Yeah,
yeah. So generally, you get what you get when you're born. So somebody typically like Kellen Quinn would have the super like natural high range, where it's like I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying that something like that would come more naturally in a high range
hmm
to where I've really worked at being able to hit those notes.
yeah, for sure.
And I appreciate the comment, man. It's just like there's so many bands doing the same thing now, and I'm not any better or any different. Typically, I think I offer a wide variety, but we had a label. We, as in like if we're a band, but I had a label contact me
Hmm.
a while back, and it just didn't like literally necessarily work out with the deal. But I ended up working with these guys and doing a cool project right now because I got reached out by an A&R. So like even turning that deal down and not being a signed artist has led to like me getting to go out and do some really cool projects and
Right.
videos just by like turning it down. They're like, oh well, we really do want to work with you, like you said, and it's led to some stuff. And it's like, is being signed even the greatest thing right now? It's like
Right.
so many like bad deals, which it comes with the exposure, though, right?
Yeah, dude. And that's kind of what I was gearing towards, man. Because like you said you're not signing. You said is being signed even that big of a deal with how many bad deals there are, and I thought for the longest that maybe the reason you weren't a signed artist was because you were like, I'm not getting trapped in this loophole contract or whatever. So
Yeah, I mean, with like, and so like the one that I had reach out to me, it wasn't necessarily like, and yeah, most of them I feel like are from friends that I've read off their contracts, and from a friend of mine that helped me learn how to read this crap. The
mhm,
fine print Skaggs from Outlining Color was, I think, the first one I reached out to with the first contract I got, and it wasn't like even like necessarily a loophole, which yes, most are. It was like not good for me,
right.
like as Christian O'Neill, like not even Chemical Youth. It was just not right. And I made friends with them and the dudes, and we worked together on some shit. But it's like, is it the best thing? Is it not? It's like, yeah, getting signed typically comes with the backing and exposure to be able to travel, and they fund you to do all this stuff.
Mhm.
And at the end of the day, though, how much is a new metal or rock musician going to be able to make, and then you're in all kinds of debt to the label or
Mhm.
whatever. So you can get shelved, or you just you're nothing. After that, you're basically there. So it's hard to come across a good deal like that. And yeah, no, I actually have not been reached out to by more than one label though. So
Huh. Yeah, that's wild. There are some guys that are from my local area, a band called Picturesque. Um,
I know. Okay, yeah,
yeah,
I know for sure.
I don't know how true it is. I haven't talked to them personally.
I don't know him
Ex
personally either, but
my ex vocalist for the band I was in a little while back was like really good friends with those guys, and according to him, what he told me was they got signed on the spot because their vocalist hit like an A6 or something crazy, like
oh
in
well.
person. And they were just like, yeah, so we've got this deal for you. And then they took the deal. I don't know how good the deal was or anything, but so when I hear stories like that and then I hear your voice, I'm like, why isn't this guy signed? But
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like if I came across an awesome deal, I would like if it made sense because also then again there's nobody to split money with. It's just me.
mhm,
Like if I came across even a subpar deal for like not like an 8 to 10 year contract, something crazy like that, it's like
right.
sure, but until then, like I think I want to keep uploading and yeah, just uploading the originals, the
Mhm.
covers, the going out and contracting out to record and write with bands.
Yeah.
It's something like that. But that's wild. So they signed them on the spot, but technically, basically, they were just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah, that's the story I heard. I don't know. Again, I don't know. It's like third party information, but that's the story I heard about it, and so it got me really thinking in terms of you because you've got a range where you can hit a note like that. So,
mm,
but yeah, man, and I mean I get entirely understand what you're saying because there's so many people that they sign deals and they think oh it's we're making it now like we're good we hit the big time and then 2 years later they're broke they're in debt they don't have anything the label took it all because it's a 360 deal they don't really get anything out of it unless they really pop off so
yeah, and that's one of those things with like, and I won't like go into names because it's disrespectful, but like friends of mine that, well, typically I only have three friends that have been signed that I talk to that like each three of them from outside perspective would look
yeah
like their views and everything. It's like, oh, they're doing really good. And then on the inside, they've told me it's just like a fucking nightmare, dude,
yeah
to the point where like all three of these people don't even enjoy being in their band anymore. And it's
oh
like, so it's so sad, dude. But
that's the
yeah,
worst
basically you get what I'm saying.
yeah
So,
and I
ooh,
mean
yeah.
I think it kind of depends on what you're looking to get out of it too right like if
Yeah.
you're just looking to get out there, make a little money, have fun, especially like if you're making enough to like supplement your income or whatever from like a regular job, or maybe even making enough on your own that you don't really need to work a regular job, then what's the point in grabbing a deal anyway? Unless you're a surefire gonna blow up, 10 billion fans or whatever type deal, like
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
whenever
The
you're able to
situation
just
makes sense.
yeah and then you've got the freedom to go around and do what you want to do and work on whatever you want to work because like you used to do like rock like metalcore when I first discovered your music through
Mhm.
local band Smokeout you were pretty much doing like metalcore
Mm.
control Al Kasum I think was
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
the first track I heard from you and then now I listened to the album that you just put out and completely
It's like,
different. It's like almost electro, like
yeah.
kind of down tempo electro pop.
Yeah, it's like the cheesy, not cheesy, just like emo alternative
Yeah,
pop. Yeah, emo alternative. It's like dark, but it's not soft. Well, not all of it's soft, and it's just yeah, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's a great transition. I think it sounds like it's a little easier on your voice. I don't know how much difficulty you have with your incredible range and hitting some of those really super high notes. But with it being kind of in the I don't know, almost wavy vibe that it's got. I feel like it sounds like it's more natural to you. And then some of the stuff you've got on there, like Heart Reimagined.
mm,
Uh, the only thing I don't like about that song is that I want it to be longer. Like I want the whole OG track reimagined instead of like just your like first couple verses.
okay. So
Uh,
you knew that. So you knew that it was just literally half the song.
Yeah.
Like, because the original is like longer than that, but
Yeah, I dig the original track a lot, and I really like the reimagined version. I like the reimagined version better than I like the original recording,
mm.
other than the fact that the original recording is longer and there's more to it.
One of
Um,
my friends asked me that when I did that, because like I said, all those on the suppressed release, that little album I did with like there's like 3 songs my friend did beats for on there though, but all the rest, yeah, mine, I would do them. And on that one specifically, they're like, "Are you gonna finish the rest of the song?" And I literally, like, the answer to that, why I didn't, is I was just like tired, and I said no, and I just released it like that. I was like, "Fuck it, whatever." But
Fair
thank you,
enough.
thank you.
I mean, it ends. It's a song. It ends. It does what it's supposed to do. It ends in a good
Oh, it's a
spot.
song,
You
all
know,
right.
it
It's a
ends in
song. It's something.
a.
It's something, all right.
I mean, it ends in a good spot. It tells the story. It gets through everything you want to get through. It's
Yeah,
just having the extra knowledge that there's
it's more.
that missing component and there's more to it. I'm like, I want the rest of it now.
Yeah, it's
Um,
funny because you said the softer vocals sounding more natural. I can sit here and do them easier, but you want to know something hilarious? And this is not, by the way, like I can sound like a trash can. This is not a brag. But when I'm recording with CJ, so CJ mixed and produced Heart from Outlining Color. He's the guitar player. He
gotcha.
mixed and produced that. And the other song, it's just funny that I'm bringing these two up because you said you like both of these specifically. Control
Mhm.
Out Consume instrumentals were all written by CJ.
Oh,
So
nice.
so yeah, I'll have to. Do you typically have you listened to a lot of Outlining Color and stuff, or
No,
not really?
this is the first time hearing of them, so
Oh
that's
yeah,
something I'm
they're
gonna go
sick.
check out after this. So,
Yeah, they're great. But so I go to Tulsa to track with him, just dry vocals and stuff,
mhm.
and it makes zero sense that when I'm doing like the rigor on like H-E-A-R-T, whatever we're singing,
Mhm.
all like, I don't suck, but it's like, oh, you're a little pitchy here, he'll fix here or there, like sing better, sing better. But then when he has me do like do the yelling and the high
Yeah,
pitched shit, there's so little correction and it's so
yeah.
stupid. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like
No, I
so
I
it's
feel that.
not yeah, it's not like what am I trying to say? It's not comfortable to do that. But for some reason I hit those notes better than I do
Mhm.
the small lower notes mid register. And I think that's mainly probably because like 90% of my music thing, I thought like if you don't sing high, you suck. And so I just sang high all the time. And that is not true. But anyway,
Yeah,
that's just a fun story about that. But I
yeah.
don't know, man. I mean,
I wonder if there's any
I don't know.
science behind that. Like, because when I was younger, I had the
Mm.
same thought. I was like, oh, if you can't sing high, you're terrible. And then I would always try to sing high, and I can kind of get up there, but my nature wasn't very fond of that route for me because my voice just kept getting lower and lower and lower, and so my range has been slowly cut down over the years.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know if it's a psychological like, or I mean, I mean that I think it is. There's a psychological thing to it. If I were to guess, it's probably like you hear a dude hitting a note like Mariah Carey. Well, maybe not that high, Mariah Carey, but you'll
it's
hear a
pretty
dude hit
high.
a note like that. Yeah, not that, but maybe it's just like impression, and you're like, or what is it? Impressed. What is the other word for that? You're impressed, and you're like, oh wow, that's crazy. Maybe you just look for like talent when
Right.
really like some of the lower registered singers are like the biggest selling gold records of all time. So it's like it
Yeah.
makes no sense. But yeah, there's something to that.
Yeah. I think for me, I think it has a lot to do with like my upbringing because I came up on classic rock.
Right
Um,
on, right.
which is really weird because if you listen to the shit I make now, it's so far removed. Like, just
Yeah,
fucking
it's not
heavy,
the same at all.
yeah, heavy, fucking lots of screams, not a whole lot of singing. Um,
What were some of your favorite bands getting into? Because I have a similar history with that. What were some of your favorite bands growing up? Because a lot of the stuff, and you write with BG and everything, and your other
mhm,
stuff it is melodic still. I could hear like some of the like um, energy life, old rock influence, like
mhm.
in like the melody maybe, but like your stuff is fucking not
Yeah,
like that at all.
yeah. Well, what happened is metalcore took over my life in like 2006. So like I did a hard flip from like only listening to like classic rock. Some of the big stuff I was into. I was really big into Guns N' Roses. Um, like if there was no Guns N' Roses, there would be no Rain Falls Red. That's how big into Guns N' Roses I was coming up.
That's it.
I was really big into ACDC, which is funny because I listen to ACDC once maybe a year now, if that. I was really big into Bon Jovi.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
fucking White Snake, like all these like hard rock, like hair metal bands basically. Motley Crue, um, and then a lot of lesser known bands. Another band I really liked coming up was Asphalt Ballet, which almost no one's ever heard of. I'm planning to do a sort of a cover of one of their songs soon, so hopefully that'll get some more attention on that.
I don't know
Um,
them, but if they're classical rock or softer rock,
mhm.
that would be a great way to show people in your genre what you do of that. That would sound probably really cool.
Yeah, yeah, I really dig those guys, especially their first vocalist because they changed vocalists in the '90s to have a more grunge sound. Um, Speaking of grunge, Alice in Chains, big Alice in Chains fan.
Ooh, dude, yeah, same.
Um, but yeah, you said you came from kind of the same cloth coming up. What were some of your guys?
Sort of. Yeah, like so like not like as much like classic. I guess like I listened to a lot of Aerosmith growing up. And it's so not, I guess, so much like, yeah, Bon Jovi, Alice in Chains. I liked a lot of Nirvana. Nirvana
Mhm.
kind of still in the realm of heavy, though. Um, so maybe not as far back, but one of my biggest inspirations was Aerosmith growing up. I was just like, I don't even like every Aerosmith song, dude, but there was something as a
Mhm.
kid hearing like him just screaming into the mic and it just made no sense. It was just like,
Yeah.
no, my dad said it this way. My dad was like, son, he was really drunk one night talking about Steven Tyler's voice from Aerosmith. He's like, no man should ever make a noise like that unless he's dying. And I was like, oh shit. So it was stuff like that, like Disturbed, Drowning Pool, stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Drowning Pool's from Dallas, where I'm close to, so they're sick.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not as much. Mainly, I guess, when you said classical, I just instantly thought of like every year of my life as a kid, Aerosmith was like my main
Gotcha.
inspiration. But and a lot of alternative stuff. In
Mhm.
2006, you said was when metal kind of or new metal or whatever shaped you more so,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
When I heard the first Bless the Fall record with Craig Mabbitt on there doing those emo yells and screams, dude, that's what got me actually into screaming and heavy music as well. So it's
Oh hell
2006,
yeah.
same time basically. But
That's dope.
yeah.
Yeah, so like yeah, there was a lot of that classic rock when I was a kid, and then I went from that into bands like Linkin Park and Disturbed,
Oh, obviously,
um,
yeah. Oh, definitely Linkin Park.
and then eventually into like Slipknot. Um, Linkin Park's another one of those bands that's such a huge impact on me that I don't think I would have done any type of pursuit of music without them.
No, I disrespected my last conversation completely with you because I didn't throw them in there, but it was like such a given. I didn't even say it, but Linkin
Yeah.
Park was, yeah, there wouldn't probably be any of us if it wasn't for Linkin Park, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I had to assume as much for you because of how much like Chester Bennington like vocal content I've seen you do because you did I think you
That
did
was a nice way
crawl.
to say it. How many times you fucking covered them every fucking year?
Well, I think
Basically, yeah.
you've done crawl back in. I think you did. What was another one that I saw? It wasn't numb.
It was.
Numb. Okay, so
Well,
yeah.
let's name one I didn't fucking ruin. How about that? Let's name one I didn't ruin. I've
Okay.
done like so many Linkin Parks.
All right. Well, I saw your live practice video of you doing the fucking giving up scream, which you pretty killed pretty well, by the way. You did great.
Finally got it. I finally actually recently just got it. Finally.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a for all the screams that I do, that's a type of scream that just eludes me. Like I really want to get better at that like pitch almost like a sing scream.
Yeah,
Uh
so
I'm so bad at it.
that's insane. So I've learned to do all that, but I will let you know when I said I got it, I don't mean I'm doing that. I'm not doing that. That's insane. So I can do those for a few seconds at a time, like I do, in some of my songs when I'm tracking. But yeah, no, that way that he did it, yeah, you're right. That is like not human. It's like to hold and then hold it out for that long. And I
It's
haven't
so
seen him
crazy.
live hold it out that long when he was alive. I don't think I saw an actual recording where he did it the whole way. But even if he didn't do it the whole way, to do anything even halfway close to that type of
Mhm.
noise at all
Yeah. Two
is
times.
crazy, dude.
I've seen two live recordings. One of them I'm not sold on because
The
it's
live AOL performance or something.
the AOL performance. I'm not sold on that being totally live.
Yeah,
Uh, I know too much about audio production to believe that that's 100% live.
yeah, I don't think it
Um,
is either. Still sick though, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's super sick. But I can't. Especially with the way AOL is and yada yada, or was I guess at this point. Um,
yeah.
but
Rip.
yeah, And then there is a recording of him at Rock Am Ring. I don't remember what year it is, but he does the scream, and it's not. He doesn't go all 17 seconds. I think he does like 10, takes a breath, and then does the rest of the scream. But
I've seen that.
fucking close enough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and by the way, like anyone that's watching, it's like obviously we don't care, but it's just the fact that like just saying like, oh, we haven't seen one, don't mean like, yeah, like you fucking try, dude. Try for 2 seconds. Like no,
Yeah.
and nobody could fucking do that. Chester is a god, dude. Was a god. He is untouchable, dude.
Yeah, Chester, a fucking, just a freak of nature. Yeah, all these wild, crazy screams that I do, and like so many of his screams are that like screaming on pitch type deal, and it's absurd to me. It's so crazy how he can do it so consistently.
He was the Architects before Architects. He was like Landon Tours even does stuff like that. Like Chester he probably, I mean, I'm sure there was a bunch of maybe underground bands that were doing it, but do you know anybody before 2001, 2000 Hybrid Theory that was doing anything like that? Pitch yell?
No.
Have you ever thought about that? I've never thought about that, but
I think about crazy shit like that all the time.
Yeah, you made me think that. Like, I don't think I can think of anybody that did that yelling in pitch before him.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody. Not to
watch your podcast in the future, your podcast go viral, and then people just comment like 10,000 bands that do it.
I know. And it'll be 10,000 bands, and like 9,999 of them are bands no one's ever heard of. It's like one off case, like some like Norwegian band that was like super like local scene, and they're like, oh, these guys, go watch this video.
Yeah, they got 20 followers on Facebook, dude. Check them out.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is. I love Chester to death. Chester was that's when Chester passed away, it was a huge deal for me personally. Especially because it came off the back of like another like a big guitar icon of mine, Ole Herbert from All That Remains.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he passed away like I think the year before that, and then Chris Cornell died obviously a few months before Chester. So it was like back to back to back. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
That was a crazy time. My buddy called me when Chester passed away, and I was driving. He's like, bro, you've been on Facebook or whatever. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm driving to pick up one of my friends, Petey. It was my friend Frank, and he was like, Chester just died. Oh, dude, like it. Yeah, like the world has not been the same since we lost, any of them.
Right. Yeah. No, I remember seeing it. It came up. I think it was Facebook. It might have just popped up randomly somewhere on the internet. But I remember being on the internet and seeing the article that Chester had passed away, and I thought it was because it was around that same time people were doing a lot of like fake celebrity death.
Joe Rogan dies every week.
Yeah, and I'm like, no fucking way, you're full of shit. And then I look into it and I'm like, oh my god, like that actually happened.
Dude, those the spam articles, or you're talking about like the meme, the joke ones, right? Where it says a celebrity died and it's like a fake. Dude, those, I swear to God, dude, Joe Rogan dies every week.
Yeah, dude.
That guy's
absolutely.
Like, I get where you would have like not believed it at first, because it's just like that's because that same day, that same day they released "Talking to Myself" the music video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like this. They had a video premiere, and it was like an hour later that news broke. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that I love that One More Light record too.
I know people are so stupid just because it was poppier, bro. They've been a heavy rock band for 20 years at that point. Just about shut up. Like, who cares?
And the thing is too is like they were never a band that stuck to the same style anyway. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like Hybrid Theory and Meteora are kind of close to the same thing. But
that's the closest you can compare, though. Yeah.
Yeah, but after that, it's like Minutes to Midnight is very different from either of those records. The Thousand Suns is its own fucking thing, and like every record they've had it's just different. And the last time they actually did a rock record, I'm trying to air quote. There it is. The last time they did a rock record was The Hunting Party. And when they came out with The Hunting Party, everybody shit on it. They're like, this isn't Linkin Park. So like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You can't make anybody happy.
People are so dumb, dude. The way I see it is if you're making like $400 a week at your day job and they're making $401, shut the fuck up. Like if they're making
Dude.
money and they're happy and they're doing better than you, you can't sit there and say it's trash. That can be your opinion, and that's fine. But also, it's like, dude, like, like you don't want to work at Walmart for 30 years, do you? And maybe you do, and if you do, that's fine. But like, it's like you want to, humans tend to like evolve and change, music,
Yeah.
career, whatever.
Yeah, you're not gonna be the same. I know, like, and not that I'm anybody fucking crazy or whatever, but like, I don't make or write the same kind of shit I was writing when I was 17. You know what I mean?
Like perfect example. Like you literally said that my little emo pop thing, whatever the hell I just did, you're like, oh, that was so different. It's like, dude, like humans don't want to just yell into the mic for 30 years. And if some do, that's okay. But generally people, I
Yeah.
like everybody likes to do different stuff, dude. Like,
Yeah, and then you get like you get bands that do kind of do the same thing for like years and years and years, and then they get shit on for doing the same thing. Like when Breaking Benjamin put out their new record, everybody's like, "Oh, it just sounds like Breaking Benjamin." No shit. What did you want them to do? Or like
yeah, look,
Disturbed.
track record. I mean, they kind of stick to, yeah, Disturbed, exactly.
Yeah, Disturbed's the same way, and people shit on David Draymond all the time for still doing Down with the Sickness as like a 50-some-year-old man. Like, that's their breakout song. You think he's not gonna play it live?
Hey, if I'm paying for Disturbed, I want Down with the Sickness.
That's what I'm saying, man. I don't care that he's talking about "No, mommy, don't hit me again" in the fucking bridge.
Yeah.
Like, it's part of the song.
Yeah. Me and my we're practicing. Like, I think it was last night we just said that. We were like, dude, like, I think my drummer was like, imagine how awkward it was for him, their first big show, being like a big band, to get up there and just yell about his mom and shit. I don't know, just imagine like the part. It's like now it's iconic, but imagine his first show is like that was something very different in a song at the time that was very unique.
Sure. Yeah, like getting up in front of, and they were playing like at the time, like their first show they played that song. They probably weren't playing in front of thousands of people. It was probably a bar with like 15 drunk dudes. No, mommy, don't hit me again. Fucking.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that one drunk dude that's like way too loud and probably should have been cut off 6 drinks ago. He's like, "Hell yeah, brother!"
He's like, I hate my mom too.
Yeah.
That's literally what I imagined when I imagined the first time they played that. Oh, I wish somebody would ask him that. You need to interview Disturbed. You need to ask him that.
Dude, I would. Fucking, you give me a Disturbed interview, I'll ask any fucking question people want me to ask.
That's what I'm saying, dude. These are the questions that people need to fucking ask, dude.
Yeah, man.
Well, that might be a personal question, but anyway. That's so amazing. Yeah, we just talked about that last night, dude. That's so funny.
It's awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
Basically. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're good.
Oh no, I'm just still laughing about the first show thing. We can move on from that first show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nobody thinks about that either, right? Like, it's like everybody thinks when a band makes it big that they're like an overnight success, and a lot of times it's like that band probably had, especially back then. Like now, you don't really drop albums until you get big, but back then, like bands would drop 2, 3, 4 albums before they ever got picked up by a real label and did anything.
Yeah, that's like an artist. I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure. Did you ever listen to Nothing Nowhere? Ever?
I've heard them. I haven't like really dived in, but I've heard a couple songs.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that dude was like, he's pretty big right now, but he was making like recordings forever, dude. Or it's like Lil Peep in emo rap. That guy was releasing SoundCloud stuff forever before he got signed, and that's typically the case with a lot of stuff. And then like you were talking about doing all the albums and albums. It's like now I feel like I guess I'm trying off into another conversation, but it seems like singles.
That's what we're here for.
That's fair. Yeah, we're just hanging out. Singles, I feel like seem to be like the only like attraction nowadays. Like if you know it's just single, which typically does better now for bands. Like Ronnie Radke's the king of it, like the single king. And then he compiled it on the album. And it did really well. People were mad, but it worked.
Yeah, dude, I've got such a love-hate relationship with the way music comes out now. Like I love that like almost every song on an album now gets a music video and gets like promo and shit, because it's really cool. Because back in the day, you know, an album would come out and you'd be like 1, 2, maybe 3 songs get made as singles. If it's a really big band, maybe they'll get 4 singles on an album and you'll get a music video and all that good shit. So like everything else is left to the imagination, and you're like, you get into a song that's not a single and you're like kind of picturing the fucking like what the music video would be like in your head, and you're like, or well, maybe that was just me. But I did that. Hell yeah. But like now it's not really up to the imagination because everything's a single. But at the same time, by the time the album comes out, you've heard 8 of the 12 songs they put on the record, and it's like I'm a binge listener. So when I hear a new song and I really like it, it is all I'm listening to for like a day, 2 days in a row. Like I'll just be at work, I'll have an earbud in, and it'll be fucking 8 hours of whatever the fucking new track that I found is. So by the time the album comes out, there's like 4 songs I'm not burnt the fuck out on.
I am like that too.
So, but at the same time, it's like, I like that I get the cinematography and I get, everything behind it. And also that I don't have to wait 2 years to hear like a new song like you used to.
I mean, the way you just said it is probably the perfect way to like, I feel like in almost anybody's eyes it's like, or their ears, it's like, you want to have the 3 singles and the music videos, and then you get these other 9 songs, dude. You're like, oh my god, I get to hear this whole story compiled into this whole piece. Yeah. As to where like you do single, and then at the end, like you said, there's like maybe a couple songs on the album that are new. It's like, I think that's like one of those situations where it's 50-50 for everything, except for in the aspect of like marketing. It's like, I feel like the companies have taken advantage, which it makes sense. It's easier to big single video dropping immediately, single video dropping immediately. And it keeps the hype for this, and then that's big. And TikTok does the kind of same thing. It's like attention spans are so short that a lot of people aren't going to sit there and cohesively listen to a whole piece.
Yeah.
And I think I'm so bad at like trying to put together what I'm trying to say, but do you get what I'm saying? Like marketing, it makes more sense for the short attention spans to just push the singles. And I think that's why it is. But then I hate that I can't go listen to a whole album of like new music like that. That's kind of what you were saying, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I saw an article a little while back that was like, what did it say? It was like music is getting less complex as time goes on, and here are reasons why we think that might be. And I never opened the article. I saw the headline and I was like, yeah, you know why it is? It's because people want to hear it and then move on to the next thing. Like you can't have the days of having like 9-minute songs on the radio are gone. Like,
I don't know, Periphery's probably pissed.
Yeah, dude.
Spencer's pissed.
People, that's like when the new Metallica record came out, and I am not defending it as being like the best thing ever by Metallica, because I don't think it is.
Yeah.
But when the new Metallica record came out, people were like, there's like no songs in here that are over 6 minutes long. Yeah, because you motherfuckers won't listen to it. You say you want it, but
the people with the money, they gotta listen to it.
Yeah. Like the people that are complaining about it might listen to it, but it's like the general audience, the mass public, like they don't want 2-minute long Metallica intros anymore. They want fucking at max 15 seconds, and then I wanna hear words. Like I want to get into it. That's the way a lot of people are with music now, and I think that's why there's, to go back to that article, I think that's why there's a lot less complexity on the surface level. I think there's a lot more going on at a time now with the the addition of all the different synths that you have in tracks, and like that back in the day, when an album would come out, especially like a rock album, you'd have like 4 or 5 guitar tracks, you'd have a bass track, you'd have your drum tracks, and you'd have 3-4 layers of vocals, right? Now it's like you've got all that and then 20 layers of synth. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't necessarily agree that music is less complex now. I just think it's more compacted. They're taking all that complexity and it's all layered on top of each other. So instead of having an 8.5-minute long song that takes you on this long journey, it's 8.5 minutes worth of music crammed into 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, and on that same point, it's like bands used to have all the crazy solos or this or a key change or all these really interesting things. Like we said earlier, the attention span for us moves to like, as to where back in the day, be like talent. You said that a high singer would do something like, oh wow, that's really cool. The way music is released now kind of goes into the category I was saying, like to where being a high tenor ranged vocalist doesn't matter, because there's like the gold albums of like all this, midway singing, the low register, whatever, is like the same thing, to where they've cut out all the solos, the key changes, the 9-minute songs into this compact little thing that's not as like to the ear like whoa, but it's makes sense, and it's compacted and it's short. I think that logic applies with that same thing. And yeah, I hate it and I love it. I unfortunately have grown to have less of an attention span because of social media, but I still am one of the guys that appreciates all the classic. But I don't scroll through TikTok. I'll post on there
Mm.
because I'm,
You have to.
like I said, unsigned artist. Like if
Yeah.
I don't have a chance, but if I were to have a chance, I need to post, right? Like it's almost unrealistic. But to that point, all that stuff is rotted people's brain to where like I'll push the platforms and I'll release stuff on there, or the videos or the shorts or the clips or whatever. But it's like nothing. I think to me beats like a good like long record, dude, of
Yeah.
stuff. And social media is just like a huge part of the reason all that stuff has died down. It's so toxic.
Yeah.
But so, it can be so entertaining too, but it's just 50-50. Like we said, two sides of a coin, like you said, like you love and hate it.
Yeah, man. It's like there's music that comes out and I enjoy it, and so I can't really complain, right? But at the same time, like I miss guitar solos. Like I mean
Yeah.
we've talked recently. Like I've had people that like I've been like, hey, here, check that. I thought like this might go cool with this thing that you're doing, and I've come up with a guitar solo and sent it over, and they're like, yeah, nah, and just don't use it. Because and I can't fault anybody for it because like you don't fucking hear it anymore. Or if you do, it's not in like a mainstream context. It's in like
Yeah.
it's older bands that are still doing guitar solos, or it's underground stuff that's still doing guitar solos. So you can't fault them for it, but at the same time, it's like fuck. Like
Yeah,
and
you're
then
basically. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and then like the other thing too is it's like when you do hear stuff like that now, like guitar solos, it's all very short. Like it's kept to a minimum.
Mhm.
Like it's like an 8-bar thing. Um, which I guess beggars can't be choosers. Oh, I want guitar solos, but not 8 bars. But at the same time, it's like
Yeah,
it's not. I like it when I like music when the music itself can tell a story and the vocals just help push that along.
mhm.
Uh, and a lot of times now, when you do hear guitar solo, it just feels forced. It feels like to me, it feels like they maybe just threw in 8 bars of a guitar solo because they wanted to hit the 3-minute mark, right?
Yeah.
And so it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't hit the same for me, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, like as far as compacting stuff in or cutting solos or even a vocal line or it could be anything, I just started thinking about the project that we've done. So we've
Mhm.
worked with and am I correct? You produced most of that stuff with
No,
you worked on a lot of stuff for that.
yeah, I've done a lot of vocals. I don't do the production for it. I would not want that headache. Trying to get
Okay.
everybody else's mic lined out and everything else. That whoever I think BG does a lot of the vocal production, or at least the vocal mixing. Um,
Yeah, and
I
Made in Taiwan does a lot of the instrumentation stuff on there.
yeah, I think so. And I know when he gets my vocals, it's pretty much just mixing. I do my own processing, my own effects, my own I do a lot of stuff on my end. I don't know other than mixing, I don't know that BG really does much with it. It'd be a question I'd have to ask him.
Well, my point to that's like, so yeah, they have to have like, well, I assume I know Taiwan does a lot of the instrumental, but so that he's BG's trying to compact like all these vocalists in one track, and a lot
Mhm.
of people's stuff gets cut. So I just like, and I've had stuff cut out. I mean, that's like I'm saying, by the way, this is fine. But like,
Mhm.
have you had stuff cut out of your vocal thing yet? Because I know some songs he's got like
Oh,
6 vocalists on there.
so that very first track we did, actually, I think it's the first AM Fall track that actually got released. I could be wrong about that, but you were on it, I was on it. Scared you'll never be enough. Um, they put your vocal over like an EDM section towards the end of the song.
Oh yeah.
Um, I wrote 16 bars
Oh
for that.
god.
I did a 16-bar verse. And of that 16 bars, I think 12 got used. I had 4 bars cut.
Yeah,
Um,
that's exactly. It's like compacting all those things in there. Like obviously, like I feel like me and you were probably might be like, oh, I love my part there, but it's whatever.
mhm.
There's 8 people, but I wonder if anybody's ever got mad about that. Like I haven't, but
So I think there's only been one time I've been a little bit peeved about him cutting something. And it's not
Yeah.
it's not even significant enough to talk about now because it's one of those things
Oh,
where
BG wouldn't care. He'd
well
understand. He'd be like, yeah.
well I mean it's just one of those things where it's like I was like a little peeved in the moment, but then I thought about it and I'm like, fuck it, I get it. Um, but yeah, for the most part, not a lot of my not a lot of my stuff has been cut vocally, but I also have gotten ever since the thing that did get cut, I've gotten very specific with what I'm doing for the song. So like I'll just straight up ask him, I'm like, what part do you want me to do? And then he'll give me a timestamp and another timestamp, and I'm like, got it. And then that's what I do, and then I don't have to worry about it being cut because I'm recording
You
the
don't have to
section
have
here.
your heart broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to
So
be sad.
like, and the last couple tracks, it's just been, hey, we just need something really heavy to close this out. Just go to this timestamp and then close out the song.
Yeah, I felt bad because, like I told you, I think a couple weeks ago when we were, I don't know, whenever we, I don't know. Anyway,
It's
when we were
been-
talking, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
on and off. Like BG, like I told you, I felt so bad because he's been trying to get me on a specific song, dude, for like
Mhm.
freaking 2 months. And I've just like, I've had days where I've like been home and I'm just like, but I just don't get to it. And like, he compiles so much. And like a big point to that is like, it's really cool that that's how we met through that because he's connected a lot of people by doing that.
I think the biggest effect that I've seen of those AM fall tracks isn't like an increase in listeners. Like my listener base is the same now as it was before I ever did an AM fall track. But it's been the connections with other artists.
Yep.
Because like I met you through it. A lot of people met a producer that they used for a little while through it. A lot of people met a lot of other artists through it. So the interconnectivity of the community, I think, has really shined through, and I think that's been the most positive thing about the AM Fall is just like it's almost always been fun for me to record an AM Fall track, and I think that's a lot of times that's just because BG might ask me to be on something or I'll ask to be on something. But if it's not a track that if I'm not vibing with the track, I'm not like, yeah, I'll do this. So like as long as
They've
I'm
always
vibing,
been fun.
Yeah,
the tracks have been pretty fun.
Yeah, if I'm vibing with the track, like I'm gonna have a good time. So it's a blast, right?
Yeah, he's done great with that stuff, man. He's like probably one of the hardest working people I know when it comes to like doing that stuff, and he doesn't really care if he makes any money, it seems, because he's pushed so many things and made no money, and he's doing the Twitch thing, like so then I sit here and say I'm busy, don't have time to get on it, and that's honestly like I can agree that's I'm not lying to BG, but it is what's it called, it's an excuse because that guy works so hard. I should not say I don't have any time, but anyway, yeah, he's done a lot with that and connected so many people, dude, and some of the best connections I've made in my life are just through like networking with people on music. Let me open my door, dude. My cat's gonna destroy my door.
Sure, dude.
2 seconds.
No worries.
We got a kitty on the podcast, but
hell yeah.
Point of that, BG is insane.
Yeah, dude. BG seems like he's always working on something. He's very in it, and he's in it for the scene, right? Like, I know I've seen where some people have been kind of complaining about how much he like plugs the donation so that your song skips to the front of the line or whatever. But a lot of those people don't understand those people don't understand how much he does, like just for the sake of doing it. So it's like you've got to do that to try and get the money to try and fund the things that you're not going to make any money off of. Like,
yeah, like it's part of it, dude. Like, yeah, he can do all this. He can collaborate artists. He can make all this cool stuff for people, and it can be for free. But like at the end of the day, people have to make money, dude. With like, no matter what they're doing. Like I do vocal production services and write lyrics for bands. Like, yeah, I could get on and hop on and collaborate. Like, we got something kind of trying to go on right now.
Yeah, I'm working on that. It's coming.
And no rush.
It's coming along.
Yeah, but stuff like that, like, and then some people might say like, I'm working with you on a song and releasing it. Like, oh, you did this song with him and you're charging me. It's like, dude, I don't have the time to like do everything. BG doesn't have the time to do everything. People have to make money in whatever way they possibly can. You know, like it's just one of those things. So yeah, if people get mad at stuff like that, I'm just like, dude, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and I mean, as far as that goes, like collaborating with people, like there are a lot of regular stuff that comes up through like AM Fall and like the local band Smokeout channel, like regulars that like I would love to reach out and work with. Um, but it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to, like, even with you, like I don't want to reach out to somebody and be like, hey, do you want to jump on this thing for free because I'm broke? So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to reach out like that. So it's one of those things where I just try and advertise like, hey, I do features for free. I can scream really good. I can sing too, but no one ever hires me for that. No one ever wants me on anything for that. But if you need heavy screams, like I'm here. If you need some guitar
You'll
work
find your
done,
market with that, dude, because your voice is awesome. I mean, there's a market for everything, man. Like I said earlier, like Facebook forums and groups and stuff is the reason I even got started into being able to do anything. If it wasn't for the Chango forum Cameron Mizell runs, I would not have done any of the flying out or contracted out their bands or any of that crap. It's just like the annoying thing you said earlier about having to like post
mm-hmm.
and do that. Like, I know there's a podcast just to hang out and talk, you know, about random stuff, but like, well, then this fits. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you could promote yourself more with how good you are. I think that, and then again, it comes with time or you have time to do this, but,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't necessarily say no one's wanting to work with you. And like, I don't know if you were trying to say you don't have the greatest voice or something, dude. I think a little extra push, you'd be surprised at what you can do with it.
Yeah, I am not the greatest at marketing. Um, I've wisened up over the years of doing this.
Mm.
But I'm not the greatest at marketing, and I don't really know where to go to seek out these things. So I think that's been a big part of my problem. Um, but it is what it is. I have fun doing what I do. So
That's all that matters, man.
you know, you name dropped Cameron Mizell, so now I get to bring this up. You've worked with Cameron Mizell. For anyone who doesn't know, Cameron Mizell is the producer who worked with Sleeping with Sirens. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, among other names, but worked with Sleeping with Sirens. Yeah. You've worked with Cameron Mizell to write music? Was that what it was?
Yeah, so in 2020, which is anything that's ever happened for me, like I'm anybody, but anything that's ever happened for me is because of Cameron. So I went out there in 2020 because I went to a studio in Tahlequah, or was it in Tulsa at the time? I don't know. It was Adrian Saunders, works with Danger Studios. He's the, soul guy behind all of it's just him.
Okay.
Went and recorded a demo with my brother Jacob, who we started the project with, Chemical Youth. And I was like, we were just talking about dream producers. I was like, man, it would be sick to work with Cameron Mizell or whatever, because he's like our hero. Like, since I was a kid in audio, getting into like new metal and the emo scene, like whatever, like those types of guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to Adrian about it, and talked to my buddy Michael Skaggs again in Outline Color. If you can see a trend here, these guys have had a huge role in helping me.
Yeah.
And Michael Skaggs was somebody who in Outline Color watched me upload like YouTube videos when I was like 15, 16. He'd said he'd seen my work, and I'd opened some shows for them in my local bands back in the day, like 2014, 15. Mm. He actually somehow got me in touch with Cameron, which, Cameron's a bigger name. Usually have to go through his manager or whatever. And we did. So Michael vouched for us, I guess, to skip the line, and was like, I know this kid, he's been doing this or whatever. Got in contact with his management and got set up in North Carolina to record at their house with him. And so I met him by going out there and recording a song I had no lyrics for, no melodies, nothing. We wrote it on the spot. It's called American Dreams. We wrote that in just a few days, stayed at his house, got really wasted. At the time, I was like 230 to 40 pounds, 50, whatever I was. Almost destroyed his top bunk bed, fell asleep drunk with a sandwich in my pocket, and ruined his bed. It was awesome. And we had a lot of fun, and we related like very personally. So after all that, we recorded another song with Cameron, and then later sent a third song up for mixing. And just me and him talking, he was just like, because I was like very negative about it, kind of like this, the way you were kind of talking, like, oh, people might not want this or whatever. I talked a lot like that. And he really pushed me like in recording. And this is, again, like not like I'm obviously nothing, but Cameron was really impressed by what I was doing. So he was just like, yeah, you could do that, man. You could do this. Because I told him, I was like, I'm a kid from Oklahoma. No one had ever listened to me. I've been doing music since I was 14. At that time, it'd be like 10 years almost I've been doing music.
Yeah.
He gave me the push. I got in his forum. He told me keep going. I met people, started, getting a bunch of clients in. And eventually me and Cameron, which it's not a secret or anything, he tagged me on something on Facebook about it. But we wrote for one of his projects that still hasn't come out. And it was like within the last 2 years now. But I got to do some writing for him, which he takes with his own creative royalty. Because Cameron, is a great writer and singer, right?
Mhm.
So he's changed some stuff. But yeah, we did a writing session, did 3 songs with him. He was a big help in the growth of what I do and having confidence to be able to do it. So just hanging out with him and stuff that time. And now that guy's working like 25 days a week, guys. So, but yeah, basically, I got to record with him. I didn't know if you had any other questions about the experience, but I got to learn a lot and ask about my favorite bands and record and kind of fangirled out there. But he was so nice about it, and that's not how you treat a celebrity, dude. You don't fangirl to him. Right. But he was so nice about it, and he was laughing. Like I could tell he was just like, "Oh, these fucking kids." But
hell yeah,
yeah, it was a great experience, dude. And thanks to Outline and Color dudes for helping me like get in contact. And Cameron's just great.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, that's like I mean, I don't know if it's going to be a once in your lifetime experience, but it's one of those once in a lifetime type of experiences where it's like you get to do something like that. So that's cool as hell.
But yeah, he's sick, dude. And another producer I really love that I just got to, my cat's going crazy. Another song with was Chris Crummett. So I just got to have some stuff worked on with Chris Crummett for that, that thing I've been posting, that video that I've posted for like 60 years, hasn't come out yet, the music video.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to fly out and track with a band called Fragile Hearts and do vocals with them, and Chris Crummett's mixing that. So that's another producer I was super psyched on. Did Dance Gavin Dance, stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm eagerly, impatiently awaiting that to release, by the way.
Friday.
Yeah, you dropped the first trailer, and I was like, oh, sick, new song with Christian on it coming out soon. And then it didn't come out.
Later.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right. And then another trailer came out, and I'm like, oh, sick. Okay, so it's got to be coming out soon, right? It still didn't come out.
Dude, and that's what I was worried about. Is like there has been so much annoyance in getting that finished, dude. We filmed that in January.
Really?
Yeah, we filmed that in January, and we filmed another one at the start of March, I think. So we have 2 videos dropping. One this Friday, the next one hopefully following, and then we have an EP dropping with them. But it's been a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
happened. So I'm already excited though. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. Like I said, super busy dude.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's been crazy, man. I'm hyped though.
Oh,
and then out of Tulsa, we did something with this band called Modern Myth. So we went and did an EP with this group of dudes. It was super cool, and we're supposed to have it, I think, booked for like September 13th. Is that my birthday? Actually, we're supposed to go out and record a music video with them. So it's just like never ending.
Right. I mean, that's basically what you want, right? You want to stay busy.
Yeah. Basically.
Tell me about this Battle of the Band show you just played.
Oh, so we didn't get to play it.
No fucking way.
Yeah, dude, it sucks. So we were supposed to play it, and so basically, like, I don't know if this is very well known even to you, but I don't typically have a band. I do all my own solo stuff. I'm contracted out. That's why you see my name on all this stuff coming out.
Yeah.
I met up with some old friends that the last band I ever played in, I played with these guys. And it was a little local band called Infamous, and we played shows in 2017, 18, whatever. So we just got back together and started jamming or whatever. We're like, oh, wow, that sounds kind of sick. So I haven't personally played a live performance in, I guess, like 7 years or something like that, just because I've been producing, contract out, go fly out, do videos, sing, whatever. I don't do the live stuff.
Right.
And we got together. We had the show set up we're going to do. It was in our hometown. We thought it was going to be really sick. And unfortunately, like, some other bands had dropped out. And it was at the point where, like, so people were getting upset when that got canceled, right? People were like bands, like, getting upset.
Oh, shit.
And so that's easy to do. But the way that it actually was is because another act dropped off and they had multiple other ones drop off due to timing issues. You got to have money.
I got like an eyelash in my eye or something. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's a terrible time to have that happen, dude. I had an eyelash rip my cornea recently. Actually cut my cornea in my eye.
Oof, fuck.
Sorry to tell you that while we're filming, but
No, yeah, you're
look,
good. Go. I'm sorry. I didn't
look.
mean to cut you off. I was like rubbing my fucking eyeball vigorously, and you were looking at the screen, and
Oh
I'm
no,
like, I
no,
look
no,
like such an idiot right now.
no, no, I know all about it. I hate that shit. But basically, yeah, I got canceled and people were mad. It's like with the venue didn't have enough money to keep the lights on. Basically, like they
Mhm.
gotta. So that sucked. That would have been my first show in years, bro. We were hyped, bro. We had given up. We had given up. Damn, baby. It
Yeah.
wasn't Chester, but
The
so
the
yeah, I was sad about that.
the practice videos you had, look that you had uploaded look fucking legit. So that was
It was fun, bro. We have fun. We've been jamming and stuff, and yeah, they shut down the Battle of the Band show, which we weren't gonna win, and I don't care if we won, but it was like because it's only me, one guitar player, and a drummer. We were legit going out there just like with nothing, dude.
fuck yeah.
But it's kind of cool.
Based on a backing track. Let's go.
Basically, without even that, but that's the
Damn.
point. Yeah, they got canceled, so maybe I'll have another show in like 20 years. I don't know.
Shit. Dude, that's one thing I miss being a solo guy is I haven't played live in 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I was
I
in
mean,
a
yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just agreeing with you because it's been like I don't want to lie, but 7 years or so for me. I was just agreeing with you that yeah, that's a long time for me too.
Yeah, like I think it's been about 10 years since I did anything live. That wasn't like fucking karaoke or fucking something super minor, like playing an actual show live. It's been like a decade.
Yeah.
I was in a band until 2020. COVID kind of killed it. And it sucks because we never got to drop the EP that I was on. And it's one of those pieces that it's like a timestamp in history for me because I can't take that stuff and release it in my current like solo stuff. It just doesn't fit in because we were doing a very different kind of music than I'm doing now. And then none of those guys are really into the idea of putting that stuff out. But we recorded this whole EP, and it's very different. It's really sick. I'll have to let you hear some of it sometime if you're interested. But
Yeah.
but I was so hyped because between the EP that they put out that I wasn't on, and then the EP that we dropped after I joined the band, we actually finally had enough to do like a good live set.
Mhm.
And we were ramping up for that, and then COVID hit, and the pandemic came. The whole state went on
Ruined
lockdown,
everything.
and then while everything was on lockdown, like 2 dudes quit the band, and then another dude had a falling out with the vocalist of the band, and then it was just me and the vocalist, and ever so slowly, like communication between he and I just kind of drifted apart.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it was a very sad, slow death of what could have been a really cool project.
Do you ever think about talking to those guys and just being like, hey, because we have this and did nothing with it, maybe even they'd be up to like putting it on like YouTube as like a full record, like just like what we did back in the day? Because I know it's not the same as having it on Spotify where mainly people view, but
I haven't thought to bring it up like that because the vocalist from that band has another project that he's started working on, and I've gotten to hear some of that, and he pulled some of his lyrics from that old material onto the new stuff. So I never thought to bring it up because I don't think he'd be down for, I don't know that he would be down for that, given the reuse of the lyrics or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. I've recycled some lyrics, unfortunately, with this. I shouldn't even say this because it's so unprofessional, but I have done songs where like a band will tell me we're going to do this, we do that, I stay in contact, they need me to fill in to film or do whatever, and like a year goes by and they've done nothing and they broke up the project, right? And then I will use that lyric I was really proud of for another project because that project told me they were dead, and then later it comes up that they start the project. Yeah, I'm like, oh fuck, well I've used this lyric. And luckily the I've only done that with 2 projects that I talked to about it were cool with like the use of them because I changed them. But it's one of those situations where like if you love the music that you guys did together, it might be a scenario you could do like I did where you're like, hey man, I like the new stuff you were putting out, and I know you've kind of retweaked some of it for your release, but would you be opposed to that? And if he says no, dude, worst thing that happens is he says no, and you just like have it for your friends. I don't know. I'm about those nostalgic moments that you can like go back on, especially if you didn't get to release it. It makes me feel bad for you because I have a project like that myself too, and my issue is all the dudes were like on like crack and all that good stuff. So it's like
we had one of those.
yeah, so it's like I'm not gonna talk to you and ask you to release it. So it's
yeah. I don't know. It's something I might reach out about in the future. At the moment, it's just something that I have in my back pocket. I'm like, this is really cool thing I worked on. That sounds like really unique in a time where unique music is very hard to come by. So
yep, it's all copy paste radio, and that's great too. But yeah, I miss the 9-minute songs,
dude. I don't know. I miss when. What's a good way to put it without sounding like a pretentious little prick?
Hey, if it's your thoughts, say it, bro. It's
the I miss when new music would like regularly make me fucking feel something. There's so much stuff that comes out now that I'm like, this is a good fucking track, but I don't. It's like it gives me like I get an energy boost, right? Like it hits hard. But at the same time, it's like I don't. The emotional response isn't there. You know what I mean?
You want to be crazy about that? I'll keep going. I have a point to that after. Okay. Yeah, finish your point because I have a good.
I think a lot of it is from, like you were talking about with a lot of the copy paste. A lot of bands are doing the same shit now. Like you'll hear. And I hate name dropping big bands because you never know where the future is going to take you, and it might come back to bite me in the ass someday. But like,
hold on, let me hide myself. I'm just kidding.
But like, Wage War, the more recent A Day to Remember stuff, some, not all, but some Spirit Box stuff. A lot of their stuff. Musically, not vocally, obviously, very different vocalists for all those bands. But a lot of their stuff, newer stuff, musically, is just interchangeable. Like a lot of their stuff, you could take it and play me the audio if I've never heard the song before, and then play me the audio by somebody else, and I would think it would be from the same band. Like I would think it was written by the same people.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of that stuff that you just said, I've thought about recently. So, you said, okay, so this changes my point a little bit because I think you are right that a lot of the music seems to have more of like a radio structure. So it is like tuned down a little bit more. So it's like you think, okay, so first off, you are missing the feeling you used to have when you'd hear like some of the original before they were signed. Wild, it used to make you feel something. It was crazy. They blow up and the sound changes. Okay, so what does that mean? So first we know that bands are getting more backing and they're going to bigger producers, and most of the producers write all the songs for most bands anyway. That does take some of your authenticity out of it. But there is something that I've found that made me think about what you just said. So like when I hear certain new music, sometimes I don't necessarily like feel like I might feel like a huge emotion, like, oh my God, that was awesome, and I gotta listen to it. But I don't have that. It wouldn't be butterflies, but you know what I'm talking about. That
feeling.
Yeah. So I feel like I don't know the last song I heard that made me think that. Actually, I do know one. I'll tell you later. But I have the same feeling about like video games that come out now. Because I like to play a lot of games.
Same.
I have that same thing. Like, yeah. So I'm like, where's that like nostalgia like feeling? And I think that it is actually that word. It's when you heard those songs at a certain time in your younger life and you had nothing to base them off of. Like you didn't have a top of the hill moment, like as high as you can get. The opportunities were endless for music when we were younger. We heard these things, and that's why I just said earlier, I go back to my favorite record, Blessed to Fall. His Last Walk got me into screaming. That could be a different record for you, and I'm sure it is. I think there is something psychologically to that nostalgia factor to where like, this is sad, but I don't think we'll ever have that again, because we have the precedent, whatever it is so high now, and the bar is set so high, and we know all this shit that we've heard previously in the past that gave us all these feelings. We've kind of heard it. Like,
Yeah.
I think a nostalgia factor is a real thing psychologically that you can't really recreate. It's like I can go back to Ocarina of Time, Zelda, one of my favorite games of all time,
Hmm.
and play it, and I don't get that same gooey feeling that I used to. And I still know it's one of my favorite games of all time.
Hmm.
Or by the way, your hat, I love that. Dragon Ball Z is my favorite show of all time.
Hell yeah,
Inspired
brother.
me, dude. Yeah, it's honestly inspired me in my life. This sounds stupid, but like to do
No, I'm
things.
with you.
Are you?
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
Goku. Yeah, that's oh my god. But yeah, basically that fact is like I don't think we can recreate that. Now, is there a way? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I went off on a huge tangent, but I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that yes, big producers doing this, copy paste it for radio has cut out some of the like
Hmm.
um inconsistencies in the songs that maybe were
Hmm.
awesome. But nostalgia might have a big factor as well. I don't know. Have you thought about that stuff before?
Yeah, you're probably right. Nostalgia does probably have at least something to do with it. I know for the video game thing for sure.
Mhm.
My favorite video game of all time is Dark Souls.
Oh, sick.
And I have 3,000 ish hours on Dark Souls.
Oh yeah,
Just the first one.
that
Uh,
is cool.
Not including 2, 3, and all the other games that follow. But I kind of get where you're getting at when you related it to video games, because it's like I have all this time in Dark Souls, and I can jump on that game and I can go start to finish in like, I don't know, like an hour, which is
Mm.
not impressive by like the standard that is set by like speedrunners or whatever. But I can play through the game really like quickly compared to the average person because I've played it so much, and it never feels like it did the first time I actually made it through and beat that game. Um, and none of the sequels have ever hit for me like that game did either. So when you
And how
related
old were you at the time when you played it?
that game
First
came
time Dark
out
Souls.
that game came out in 2011, so I just turned 18.
Okay, it makes more sense. Yeah, maybe.
Uh,
Uh,
but yeah, but I also found that game in a very pivotal point in my. I was in a really low spot when I found that game, and that game sounds weird that I learned this from a video game, but that game taught me a lot about the ability to deal with stuff and persevere and get past challenges that are placed in front of you that seem impossible. Um, so that's a lot of why that game is so special to me. Um, and I think the follow ups to that game have never really driven that kind of a message home.
yeah, it's like one
So
of those things, dude. Like what did Eminem say at the end of one of his records? Like that, trying to capture that lightning in a bottle twice. He had this
mhm.
lyric like that. It's like the two, seeing like maybe records back to back. If I were to say, what would I say? Like, I guess Meteor and Hybrid Theory probably did the same lightning in a bottle to me, but they were
Yeah,
like basically like almost like the closest to each other. Like I don't know. Nostalgia is just such a weird thing, dude. Because like I, le- I learned that like a young age, like, and I didn't know what I was experiencing, but now I do because I'm
mm,
giving this whole spill about like nostalgia factor in music. Like nothing's the same as the first type of music we heard. I think that if 14 to 20-year-old kids now are hearing this new music, they're going to say that when they're 30, the same thing we're saying right
yeah,
now. I
probably.
think it has something to do with it because like my first like actual is like a weird example, but even relationship when I was little, I was like 13 years old with somebody. After like a couple of years, dude, like I was like, why don't we feel the same? This is so stupid. I don't even think I've ever told the story, but we started trying to wear the same clothes that we did 2 years ago to see if we could recapture this like a
The
something.
like the moment, the spark or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
yeah, and that's so dumb. Obviously, now for one, I was like, what was I like 13, 14, 15 at the time? But that's so dumb. But it's like, and then we realized it wasn't happening, and we're like, it's not working. Like, what were you missing? And uh, there's just some things that don't happen twice. Like,
Hmm.
and that might not have been at all what you meant with the music, because you actually, unlike my thing, where nostalgia is just this weird psychological first
Hmm.
time experience thing, you do have a point because music is clean and polished a lot just to be ingestible by like TikTok brain rot kids, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, and
So
it's like, and it one of the biggest problems with it, and I
digestible. Digestible.
Digestible, yeah.
I said the wrong word and I'm stupid. Keep going.
You're not stupid. It's fine, dude. Um, yeah, I think everybody's a little guilty of it too because you're trying to get out there and you're trying to build an audience, right? So everyone follows that same like, okay, you got a verse, you got a chorus, you got a verse, you got a chorus, you got a little something else, and then you got another chorus, maybe even a double chorus, and that's the end of your song.
Mhm.
And that's like everybody. And in metalcore right now, it's every song is most songs don't even have an intro anymore. It's just bam, you're right into it. But it's like verse, chorus, breakdown, chorus, sometimes a double chorus. Every metalcore song.
There's something coming too, and I don't know what it is. The last big change in music that I heard was the 2019 emo rap scene. That was like, 'cause then we went back to like rock and like metal, which is sick. But that was that thing before the emo rap. That was what was getting big. So there's going to be some weird, and it's always like, do you want to be the guy to create that? Do you really want to be the guy? Because it's getting harder and harder. It's like something new is going to come. Because I'll tell you, I don't know how you feel about hip hop or emo rap or whatever, but the first time I heard Juice World, I was just like, why does this sound like a sadder Post Malone? And I was like, there's something about Juice World and some of Little Peep songs. I don't like all of them. Like, but something about some of those songs in that era just captivated me in this whole different realm. And I think it can happen again. I just, it won't ever be the same as the first time.
Yeah, I mean, nostalgia is going to play into that for sure, but I don't know. I have a hard time thinking a lot of it is nostalgia when it comes to music, just because when I do hear somebody that does something, when I do hear somebody that does something different in a genre than what everyone else is doing, it almost always I'm like that, right? Like, here we go. I'm going to talk about pop music. I'm sure people are going to love that, but Chapel Roan.
Chapel Roan.
I don't know if you've heard any of her stuff. I'm not like a super fan or whatever, but I heard the song that I think probably everybody's heard, the Pink Pony Club.
That's okay. When you said that, that name rung a bell, and yeah, that song, I can get that shit out of my head.
Yeah, it's very catchy. It's very pop, right? But she's got not one, but two fucking guitar solos in the song.
Oh,
and they're not technically astounding. Like they're guitar solos that I could have played when I was like 16 and been playing guitar for a year. But at the same time, like, no one's fucking doing guitar solos anymore. So as soon as I heard the guitar, I was like, because I was in the car with my fiance, and usually when she's with me, it's just on a pop station, and I was kind of tuned out, not really paying attention to the music, and then I heard a guitar solo, and I was like, I'm driving, and I was like, look at the radio, look back at the road, look at the radio, look back at the road. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I love how much of a guy you are for solos, because it's hilarious that like the first thing you literally just say is like, oh, it wasn't the chorus or whatever, that really catchy chorus, it was the guitar solo for you. You're like, oh.
I've been singing since I was 7 years old. I've been doing screams since I was 14. I've been playing guitar since I was 15. And anytime I hear something unique with any of that, it stands out to me. We'll take it back a few years. Will Ramos with Lorna Shore, when they came out with To the Hellfire. And,
that was crazy.
And he did the thing. I was like, it's crazy. Actually, on the new AM Fall song that's not out yet still, that BG was wanting to get you on the hook for, I have a crazy fucking noise before I go into my my section in that song, and I don't even think people are gonna recognize that it came from me. I think they're gonna think it was a fucking soundbite.
I don't think, unless you've sent it to me, I've heard it without.
I've not sent it to you.
Okay, so I haven't even heard it.
Yeah, I don't make a habit of redistributing the unreleased AM Fall stuff, mostly because I don't want to make BG mad at me. But
that's fair.
But yeah, I make this crazy fucking noise before I start doing my lyrics, and I made the noise because I was trying, because the song is like very Doom 2016 Doom Eternal inspired music, and so I wanted to do some like crazy otherworldly, like fucking, I don't know, demonic video game type noise. And so I sat and I recorded all my regular vocals, and I was like, I need something. I want something more. I don't want to just have vocals. The song deserves more than that. I don't feel like it's complete yet. And I think BG was getting a little frustrated with me too, because I told him, like, when he sent me the song, I was like, yeah, I'll have it to you in a week. And fucking like a month later, I still didn't have him in my part yet. But that's because I went through and I recorded my vocals for the lyrics, and I was like, all right, that's sick, but it's not done. I need more shit. I need more noises. I need more stuff. Something else has to be here. So I fucking every weekend, because that's primarily when I get to record music, is on the weekends. Every weekend for like 2 or 3 weeks in a row, I'd set up my shit, I'd start recording, and I would go to that section of the song and just try and make these inhumane fucking sounds. And
That's so cool.
And I finally made a few that I liked, and I overlaid them on top of my main vocal, and I was listening to it back, and I'm like, this one can go here, let's move this around, da da da. And I think BG only kept one that you can really hear cohesively. I think they're all in there, but he turned them down.
Yeah.
So they're really in the background and you can't really hear them. But there's one that you can hear that's right before my main vocal comes in. And I don't think people are gonna. I think people are gonna think it's a soundbite because it doesn't sound like it came from a human mouth.
I hope he got somebody to fill that blank space, because I want to hear that now. I'm very interested. I know you don't want to redistribute, but that's fine. As soon as it comes out, obviously I'm gonna hear it. Can you give me 2 seconds? I gotta grab my medicine, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah,
past
yeah,
time. I'm
go
so
for it.
sorry.
No,
like,
you're
2
good.
seconds, literally. That was the quickest turnaround time. You didn't even have time to drink your Dr. Pepper.
True.
Oh.
But
Yeah, I have to hear that.
Yeah. I think the only thing he's waiting for now is a first verse, and between you and me and the like fucking 10 people that are gonna listen to this, I've decided to go ahead and fill the first verse spot because I'm tired of waiting on the song to come out. And
I'm
people
sorry, BG. I'm sorry. It is everybody's fault. I mean, everybody gets so busy. It's like cramming 10 vocalists in. Like, BG's amazing for even trying to do that, but I get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got somebody for the hook. I think the hook turned out very different. I don't think I know the hook turned out very different from what you probably would have done with it. It's still very cool, but it's very different from what I think you would have done, and very different from what I would have done for a hook too. Which is probably part of the reason I think it's cool, is because it's different. But but he's had like 4 or 5 people say they were gonna do the first verse, and then for whatever reason, I don't know if they just decided they didn't want to do it anymore, or they got busy, or what. But nobody has actually delivered the first verse to him, and it's been like fucking, I don't know, 3-4 months since he started working on this song.
Is it still not done?
It's still not done. I talked to him yesterday. So I'm gonna jump on the first verse. Probably gonna record that on Sunday. And I'll bounce that over to him, and hopefully it's good enough for him and it's what he wants, and we can get the ball rolling, because I want this fucking song to be out already.
Dude, I was gonna say too, like, I already told him too. I was like, dude, if you ever need a song and you like end up spam messaging me, which he doesn't, by the way, but it's like, you can. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I was like, I'm usually doing so much. I say a lot for a guy that's home a lot of the time, but just work or this or that, for projects, whatever. It's like, dude, you're not gonna bug me. But I'm glad that it's like he's got you to hop on that now too, because it's like, I also feel bad because he's trying to push a business too, and he's doing all the music stuff for free. It's free promotion for us, but that guy's got to move. So it's awesome that you're hopping on that to get it done, and I feel bad about it. But like, I selfishly just didn't do it. I'm just like, dude, I'm so exhausted. Like, even now, unless somebody, I mean, if you send me your part in soon, like, no rush, I'm gonna hop on that when I can. But it's like, unless I'm doing paid client work, dude, I don't have the brain to do it right now, especially with my health thing going on. It's like, I just need to rest when I can.
Yeah, everybody's got their own shit going on, and it's not like I don't know if anybody's been paid for an AM Fall project. I've never been paid for one, so sometimes that does play a factor into how long it takes for me to get back with them on stuff, because it's like, I don't make money off my music anyway. I got like a whole 20 Spotify listeners, but
dude, I've been doing it 5 years, 4,000, 5,000 listeners sometimes. Guess what I make? $70.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's just what it is. You don't it's hard to make money as a musician. I don't even think it's arguable these days that it's harder to make money as a musician than it
Oh
was
no.
10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, if
Um,
it wasn't for producing bands like
mhm,
I do, like I wouldn't have any income money. I had to move down to part-time, work basically. Like yeah,
mhm.
it's like crazy. Like I said, my friends' bands been in bands for like 10 years, dude. They're lucky to see between 4 to 5 members, if even $100.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, excuse me, sorry,
You get,
Dr. Pepper. Uh,
oh yeah.
but it's one of those things where it's like, even just 10 years ago, more so 20 years ago, um, when I was almost a teenager, my dad was in bands a lot. That's where I got my start. Actually, I want to talk to you about how you got started doing music too. Um, but I got started into music because my dad was always in a cover band, always, my whole life.
Cool.
And he introduced me to music and music that I thought was cool because my mom always listened to country and I had never really cared for it.
Yeah, fuck
Um,
that shit. I'm just kidding.
uh, you
I like
know,
some country.
there's some country artists that I like by the nature of just being around it when I was younger, right? But for the most part, I'm not really a country guy when it comes to music. So my dad, introducing me to those rock bands, like I mentioned earlier, Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, AC/DC, whatever, is really what got me the push toward music. And then, he would sing and play guitar or whatever, and that got me started wanting to sing. And then I picked up a bass when I was 11, and then I kind of played off and on for a few years, and then I switched to guitar when I was 15. Actually, it's really weird. I got a really weird story about that. But I switched to guitar when I was like 15, and all of that stems from just being around my dad being in cover bands. But he used
That's
to be
pretty
able to
cool.
work. He used to work at Texas Roadhouse as a server, as a waiter, and that was his regular income. And he would only work 24, 26 hours a week at Texas Roadhouse, and then they'd go play shows every weekend, and that's how he would make his money. Like
Mhm.
the regular job was the supplemental income, and the main income was the music.
Yep.
And now that's the opposite. If you even have music, the supplemental income from your music, most of the time you're doing music at a cost. Like you're losing money making music these days.
Hmm.
But yeah, how did you get started making music? I know I saw when you did the cover with your dad of Man in a Box. I saw where you
Oh
said
yeah.
that your dad's where you got your voice from. Did he have a sway on you getting into music or?
Yeah. So before I get into that, I was just didn't want to interrupt you. I was wanting to comment on how it's so cool that your dad did cover bands, dude,
Mhm.
and that you got into that because that's literally you said the cover band was what would make them their money at night and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that's just I don't know. I just thought that's super fucking cool. But basically, yeah, my dad from just like a young age, man, and even my mom, like, so they listened to, like I said, Aerosmith. My mom was like more Aerosmith, Kid Rock or whatever the hell, just all that shit. And my dad was into like, yeah, just whatever, Kid Rock's cool, whatever. Um, he was into like Disturbed, Linkin Park, Evanescence, Sick Puppies, just all these like he was like really into like newer music too.
Mhm.
And yeah, dude, like him and my mom got me my first guitar, and I was gonna be a guitar player because I loved My Chemical Romance, like Life on the Murder Scene, their little documentary diary they did. Like Frank
Mhm.
Iero was like my favorite. I was like, oh, dude, I want to be just like that guy. Play
That's awesome.
guitar a lot, and I found out that like the little melodies I could play, I had more fun using my throat to play them instead
Mhm.
of the guitar. So I kind of messed around with that a little bit. Was in and out of bands, kind of sucked. Um, and
Been there
then my
before.
dad's, yeah, oh yeah, right. I still am. Yeah, like, and my dad's one of his best friends, Myron, this dude that he moved in from jail, who I guess was in prison or whatever, moved him into our house when we were little. Terrible idea. Dude ended up finding God and whatever, ended up being a really cool guy. That's a love story. Don't ever do that. But he ended up playing Chevelle the Red on guitar for me. And
Uh-huh.
like when he was playing Chevelle and he was singing at the same time, it was so magical, dude. He passed away, unfortunately, this last year. But I just was like, man, like more and more things kept popping up in my life from like family members. My dad, my
Mm-hmm.
uncle Josh got me into Periphery, Gent, heavier bands. My sister
Mm-hmm.
showed me the first Linkin Park CD and Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge by Michael Romance.
Mm-hmm.
My sister taught me what a harmony was. I was asking her one day, I'll never forget. I was hearing Helena, and you know the main line, the "It always like I met you, try
Mm-hmm.
to," in the background. Separate the lives. I was like, why is the guy having two voices there? How do you do that? She's
Yeah.
like, that's either another person or the singer doing a double track. It's called a harmony. Family just like really brought me into that. My grandpa was just got into, he's passed away, but inducted into Niagara Falls, New York's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So he was in a doo-wop band that would
That's
tour around.
that's so sick, actually.
Yeah, and so he had this hit song called Playboy that ended up getting real big. And so, yeah, like huge musical. My cousin plays in a band that isn't very active anymore called A Change of Pace. Have you ever heard of A Change of Pace?
Mm-hmm.
Weekends. They, so just, yeah, anyway, huge, yeah, musical background family. Grew up, didn't really professionally start singing, like I said, till I met Cameron. Now, yeah, I had like 6 years worth of singing, like randomly uploaded to YouTube, but it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
great. But yeah, just growing up as my dad's sister helped a lot. My uncle Josh, Myron Davis, my grandpa, big influence. My mom liked a lot of stuff, and me and my brother too. Like we still listen to like the same band, so it's just a whole like line of them. I grew up in a really musical family too. It's like always. My dad's still to this day. He's probably right now at his house, like blasting something on his fucking speakers at his house, drinking a beer
That's
right
so
now.
sick.
So yeah, basically just building up to all that and played guitar for years. I can write all my songs on guitar. I'm not great. I wouldn't be good enough to feel comfortable playing live, but I write them all and transitioned to vocals in like 2019 seriously. So yeah, just like
Oh.
a lot of music in my family basically, and we all suck.
I don't think that's true. I've heard your music. You don't suck.
I appreciate it. You're my one fan.
let me back up a little bit. You said you had how many Spotify listeners? I think you got at least a few thousand fans.
Three to five, and it goes down. But hey,
Hey,
it's
three to 5,000, 3 to 5,000. That's more than one.
yeah. I don't even look at it anymore. It could be three, dude. I haven't looked at it in months. Like I really don't like to look at it, so like I don't even care. Like it could be, but yeah. Point is you try and you try and you fail and you keep failing. You might always fail, but as long as you're trying
Yeah.
something you love,
Look, it's I learned a long time ago, and if you're an aspiring musician that's coming into this and listening to the podcast for whatever reason, first off, thank you, because other than like friends and family, I never expected anybody to actually listen to this show. Just kind of doing it because it gives me an excuse to chill with cool people like Christian here.
Oh yeah.
But if you're like an aspiring musician that's coming up and you're getting into this and it sounds very pessimistic to you, don't at all let it dissuade you from doing what you want to do, because the fact of the matter is, like, it's a lottery. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I've never made it, or if Christian never gets bigger than he is now. It's one of those things, like, you might, as an aspiring musician, go out and make something, and you might hit it big. If that's what you want to do, go for it. But we're just kind of spitballing personal experiences and things that we know and have gone through. So don't at all let it dissuade you.
Yeah, dude. And personally, you're good at like the vibe of like the podcast thing you're doing is just like so like hangouty. That's not a word, but like it just feels like relaxed and we're just chilling and stuff. Like I think you seem really good and going back on track or on point, or you're listening to certain things I say and coming back to them. I think you got the thing for it. So with that, I think that's really cool for you, and you can do music. And to anybody that is listening or would even listen to it in the future, it's like one of those things, dude. Like I can sit here and I know I do tend to get decent work and have done a lot of cool stuff, but on the grand scheme of things, we can both agree like we're probably nothing right now. But see, the point is if you're having fun with it and you don't ever try, like if I hadn't have kept like going to these studios and recording, I wouldn't have got to meet Cameron, one of my heroes. I wouldn't have linked up with a band through a label that I turned down and get to record with Chris Crumman. I wouldn't have got to do any of these little things. What does making it big even mean? Like, exactly. I think it actually means, yeah, if you're happy and you're satisfied. Now, you know what, dude, most people would be lying to themselves if you tried to say like money wouldn't be great. Like it would, but
Absolutely.
It's like, yeah, like, but as we're getting older, dude, and like we're gonna, all of us are gonna die relatively soon. Like, for me, almost being 30. And, well, the point of that's like not soon, but you know what I mean. Like, don't waste your time just like not making the moves because you
Yeah.
think if you don't make the move, you're never gonna get famous. Like, that doesn't necessarily matter if you're loving it. Sure,
Hmm.
you should push to like be able to do things that make you happy and stuff. And if the money comes along, that's nice. But it's like, I would have, to me, I'm happy with just only ever getting to record with some producers and flying out to track and produce. If that's it, that's it. And you can't let yourself, you or anybody, have the feeling of regret, like that you didn't try. Like,
Yeah.
we just went out to San Francisco and we might be moving out to that area,
Hell yeah.
to take a shot, If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, dude. Just like if you love something and you're watching the show or whatever here on YouTube or wherever else you promote it, it's like, just, try to do what you've done. Like, meeting with Am Fall and all these people, you would have never got to meet so many friends if you didn't just put your neck out there and try, right?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, it's one of those things, when I found local band Smokeout and AM Fall and all that through a guy that did the production for that EP for that band I was in that we never put out. Like, you never know what kind of connections you're gonna make, or where those connections are gonna take you. So
Yeah.
that's just how it goes or whatever. Sorry, I wanted to bring that up because I felt like I started thinking about what the things we'd been saying, and I didn't want anyone that was listening to get discouraged for chasing their dreams or whatever.
Oh yeah, because we're talking about
So
a lot of the, oh, it's not happening, this doesn't happen, oh,
yeah,
this size, this size. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just those are hard realities that you have to be able to accept and be okay with.
yeah, and
You know?
it's not the thing. Another thing too that people don't think about is it's like it really doesn't matter how good you are.
No,
It
no.
really doesn't. You can be the best at whatever out there. You can be the best singer, the best screamer, the best guitarist, you know, the best whatever. And you might never go anywhere because you don't chase the opportunities that come up for you, right? Whereas somebody who has a fraction of the skill that you might have, but goes out and chases every opportunity, they might make it big. They might do something with their lives out of whatever they're doing, just because they chased the dream and they found an opportunity and they seized it. So don't I sit here and personally when it comes to my music, I track all my own guitars. I do all my own vocals. I do I do program my drums. I run my own bass. Like I can do all this shit, but all of it means nothing if I don't go out there and try and put it out there and try and promote it and try to get it somewhere. So, it doesn't matter what you can do if you don't utilize it. So,
Yep. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't even have anything to add to that. That was exactly, you summed up what I rambled on about in just a few. Yeah, that's basically it.
yeah, man, I just realized that we've been going for an hour and a half. If you want to stop, we
Oh,
can
really?
stop, or we can keep going or whatever. I'm having a good time. So,
Ooh, I'm having a good time too. Do we have a time for a break so I can run to the bathroom real quick and piss?
yeah, yeah, go for it, man.
Sick. Um, so you said something about your dad working at a Texas Roadhouse or whatever. So are
Yeah.
you like close to Texas?
No, no, I live in Kentucky. Most of my family's from Kentucky. Texas Roadhouse is just like a big nationwide chain. So,
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering because right now, currently, I live like an hour from Texas.
oh, sick. Yeah, I've got a lot of friends who live in Texas. They keep trying to get me to move out there, but um, I like
Yeah.
I like not being at risk of death when it snows. Um,
Yeah, dude, we're in a situation right now where we have somebody that a family member that might let us come out there and try out California to see if we enjoy like, and there's a million problems with California, by the way, but like the area we would be in is in Berkeley. And so it's literally just like 15 minutes on the subway to get to San Francisco.
that's super
And so
sick.
we might have the opportunity. Yeah. Yeah. So we might have the opportunity to like go out there for a few months and test out and see like if we can like get contacts or do the music thing, or if it's going to work, or if I can gather enough people up there that want to do it. But it basically, so what that means here is quitting our jobs down here because, like I told you, I don't know if I've even told you I have a health issue thing going on, but
Yeah.
I originally moved down to like part time for my body pain because I can barely fucking get out of bed sometimes. But that would mean having to quit our finances and go stay out there and try it, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, that's a
But
huge risk.
it is a huge risk, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna try it and just literally take the studio down there, my studio, so I can produce and make some money and give it a few months and see if it works. And you know what though? The cool thing about it is if it doesn't work, we have the opportunity to come back.
Fuck yeah.
But we have no jobs. So
Well-
there's no job, but we can get that quick, right? You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, what we were just talking about, you gotta shoot your shot, you gotta take the opportunities. So fucking go for it, dude. I think that's sick. You were talking about you don't want to have that feeling of regret because you didn't try to do something. I kick my own ass all the time because when I turned 18, I didn't have anything tethering me here. But I stayed here and I tried to do normal, mundane adult life shit. And every day I kick myself for not just throwing my guitar in my car and grabbing like 6 fucking blankets and a pillow and driving 3,000 miles to California and just fucking trying to do something. Would that have been a stupid thing to do? Absolutely. Very risky. But the potential reward would have been well worth it if it actually happened. And I kick myself all the time because I didn't take
you're
that
lucky
opportunity.
that and you're lucky that you're in a situation now. Well, I guess I could say the same for myself, that we can do this stuff from home easier. So that is one good thing. And sure, you'll always think about like, but you technically do have the studio stuff here. And we both know that even doing that, if you had have done that, or if I do go do that in November, that it is a 99% chance to fail.
It's
like,
still,
it's probably not going to work.
Yeah, as the late Ozzy Osbourne once said, it's still a shot in the dark. But
yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, give it a shot, but like, don't be too hard on yourself. Luckily, you're a good musician from home, so like that's also safe. But yeah, like I mean, anything you do, you're gonna do something again that you think that same thing. You're like, oh, I should have done this.
Yeah, I mean, you're always gonna have regrets about something. But if you have the opportunity to do something, don't let yourself regret not trying it. So
yeah, and that was the thing where it's like, if we have the opportunity to literally come home and just have to get like a less paying job or whatever, which I'm already producing for money too, it's like, that's not the worst deal in the world. The worst deal in the world would be if like we just sold the house and left and had no way to come back to a house. Like, that's where you're actually like maybe a fool. Like, maybe you have no brain.
Yeah, if you have no fallback and you're literally giving up your whole life, and
that's crazy.
That's a little different. But
and even to the people that do that, I say, if that's something you want to do and it makes you happy in your life, I'm not going to sit here and judge you. I'm just going to let you know. I have nothing to say. It's like nothing good to say. It's like, I hope that works.
Look, if people go out and they do that, it's a ballsy move, and I wish the best for them. Because I like I said, I kick myself all the time for not doing it because I didn't want to make the ballsy, risky move. I wanted to try and play it safe. So.
Yeah, it's one of those things, man. And California is so awesome. I don't know about, well, luckily Berkeley, that area too, where we were at, is like super like relaxed. It's not crazy. It's a little far from the city. It's not like in the dead center. It's like close to university too. It's like,
oh, nice.
It's not bad. Like right now I live in Oklahoma, dude. But that's another thing. There's nothing out here. I don't know about where you live. But is there you said you live in Kentucky, right?
I'm in Kentucky. There's not shit to do here. It's terrible.
Very few artists I can even think of that came out of Kentucky. Too Close to Touch came out of Kentucky, but
Blackstone,
not a lot of.
Blackstone Cherry is from Kentucky. Cage the Elephant is from Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Ray Cyrus is from Kentucky.
Oh boy.
I'm running out of people.
I mean, yeah, that's my point exactly. Like Hinder, All American Rejects here, as far as rock, same thing.
Yeah.
There's just, like out here, there's nothing. So I was like, maybe try, but yeah, there's like the guy said, CJ, I'm working with in Tulsa, writing some new music too. One of the guys I'm working with, this guy, we're not paying each other, though we're actually doing a project. So it's not like I'm not contracted out to them or to him, but we're doing that. But he also still from me, dude. He lives like 3+ hours away, and I have to drive that way to Live Track and come home that same night.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, nothing out here.
Yeah, I have to track everything remotely. There's not a lot of people that do the type of music that I want to do out here.
Same.
Even when I was in that band that lasted up through 2020,
Mm.
I joined them in 2019. We were around until like the end of 2020. Our bass player in that band couldn't really play what we were doing. He was like learning the songs as we went. Like I would write his after I joined, I would write his bass parts and record them, and then he would like learn them to the best of his ability as we went along.
Yeah.
Um, there's just not a lot of, and that was simpler stuff than I do now. Um, on my own, but there's not a lot of people out here. So anytime I have to track for something, it's all remote tracking. I have to track everything from home. Um,
Yeah, I hate that, dude. I've been learning the hard way that it was obvious, but I think any producer, I'm sorry, not any, like an amazing producer can take garbage recording equipment and make it sound great. Because Cameron, when I went to North Carolina with him, we basically record on like a $90 mic, and I sound
mhm,
better than I've ever made myself sound, right? So
yeah.
people can do that. But if you're just doing it yourself and you don't have that knowledge, your gear does matter when you're
Mm.
sending stuff for producers. Because I just have my 7B Focusrite Claret 8 Pre right now. I have a fourth solo gen over here.
Mm.
I've got yeah, like nothing insane, right? So I've noticed
I
sending my stems out, they don't sound as great as they do when I go somewhere like and track them professionally to send, and that's hard when nobody's close to you.
Yeah, I have I record on a $70 microphone. I record on a
Mm.
Presonus
Oh, it
M7
sounds
microphone.
that sounds
Um,
actually really good then. Yeah.
and it's a lot of there's a reason, like I said, when I send stuff to BG for AM Fall, I do a lot of my own processing and effects and stuff because it's a lot of work to make this thing not sound like a $70 microphone, you know what I mean?
I do the same thing, and
Um,
I found out that's not that abnormal for people to do. I didn't know that, but yeah, I'll send stuff out, and they're like, "Oh, you can put your own effects on it. Just leave the main line dry, but you can do all that." Like, I
it's
mean,
wild.
I'm finding out there's no rules to music at all, but yeah, apparently a lot of people do that.
That's wild. Any like when I had a producer that I was working with, uh, he wanted me to send everything dry, no effects, no gain, no nothing.
I hate that.
Um, and that
I never sound the way I want.
yeah, it's and I I had to put I don't know if you've actually heard any of my music on its own, but
Yeah.
I did a song on that's only on YouTube that's called Me, and I there's no screaming, there's very little guitar work. It's primarily piano and vocals.
Mhm.
And it's a cover that's kind of also like I don't know, it's like a beefed up cover because the original
Mhm.
song is just piano and vocals, and I wanted to put a little bit more to it. It also has a female guest vocal feature that I substituted for a guitar solo because I don't know a female guest vocalist that I could get.
Mhm.
um, and yeah, it was all tracked on this microphone, and I had to send everything to him dry, and I was sweating fucking bullets waiting to get the mix back because I'm like, I hope my mic sounds good. I hope my mic sounds good. I hope he gets me sounding like okay, whatever. Da 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 da.
How did
And
it sound when you sent it back though?
it sounds great. It's still up on YouTube. The only reason it's not on Spotify is because
Oh, technically
the
covered.
well, it is a cover, which isn't a big deal. You can put covers on Spotify, but the big thing is that the piano that runs all throughout the song is sampled from the original track.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah, because you can't.
Um,
Because you said it was beefed up, like a different version of it, but it's still a sample, right?
yeah, the piano is still sampled. Everything else in the song is completely unique and in its own recording. But I loved the original piano sound because it's really gritty. It's really like classic recording. It's not digital. It's not a MIDI. It's not any of that. It is a microphone over a grand piano, and you can tell. And I loved
Mm.
that so much that I didn't want to retrack piano. I just wanted to take what was in the song and then do my own thing with it. Um, and I did. I redid a lot of the vocal melody. And I tracked because I didn't have a female vocalist to guest feature. everywhere that the guest feature female vocals are, I tracked my own harmonies for those, and like I said, I came up with a guitar solo to stand in for the females, the solo female section of the vocal. Added drums in post, played bass, all that good stuff. So, and the song sounds great, but I can't put it on Spotify because the piano is sampled. I got permission from the original vocalist of the song, from the original band.
That's so cool.
I got permission from him to use the sample, but like he told me when he told me that he didn't care, he doesn't own the rights to it. The label that they put the song out through. Yeah. The label the label they were with when they put the song out owns the rights to the song. So unless I get permission from the label, which if you've ever talked to a big fucking label, you don't talk to a big fucking label. You talk to a brick wall. So
one that doesn't want to email you back.
Yeah. So I never got permission from them, so I could only put it on YouTube, and it got immediately like if it could get 3 billion views tomorrow, and I wouldn't see a dime. It would all go to the label.
Dude, that's the shitty thing with like, because well, no, I get it with samples. It sucks for the artist using it like you. That's sad. But whenever I did the, I don't know if you've seen that I posted the, well, it was years ago, probably not, but I did a Bowling for Soup parody of 2005 and it went viral. And I instantly capitalized on that. I was like, I'm putting this on Spotify. So I accidentally uploaded it as a cover. And I don't know if you even know this, but if you do a parody and all the lyrics are like a joke, and it's clearly can be implicated in court that it is a joke, you can upload it as and what is it? You can upload it as an original song. You just have to put in the special edition version on distribution services that it is a parody.
A parody.
I didn't do that, and I uploaded as a cover. I paid a mechanical license, so every month I have money taken, or I'm sorry, once a year I have money taken out for that song, and I think like a big percentage of what I would be making on that is going to Bowling for Soup, the band. So I'm missing out on potential income, and like I said, that's making me almost $100 a month, and I could potentially be doing more, but I fucked it up. I was stupid.
Wild.
And
yeah, there's so much
samples or. Yeah, with like, he's like, I didn't know, dude. Like, I didn't know. And like, actually, I know the guy that fucking told me to put it up as a cover and pay the mechanical license, which I wish now I could tell him he's fucking wrong, but because I'm fucking mad. I'm like, where's my extra $5, man? But like, anyway, like going into covers and stuff, there's so much like fine print that it's so annoying. But DistroKid, I use that distribution service. We sound like an ad service now. Yeah, but DistroKid's been pretty good to me, honestly. Like, I enjoy it, you know.
Yeah, I haven't had any complaints through DistroKid either. But what started me down this path? I lost track. I went on a tangent.
We did. You were going on about the way covers mechanical or not mechanical license, the sample, and talking about recording with your own mic. Yeah, sending your vocal stems out.
So I sent my vocal stems and I was super nervous, and it came back. It sounds great. I pretty much, anytime I recommend my music to anyone that doesn't listen to my kind of music, I send them that song. Because it's not
like an easily digestible song for everybody.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's all singing. It's not heavy. There's almost no guitars. It's a ballad. It's kind of a sad ballad song.
Why do I feel like you've sent me this? I swear I've heard this. Because it's apart from your own music, isn't it? It's not like your own separate your project, your band. It's not your band. This is just on your YouTube, right?
Yeah, well, it's on the band YouTube. Well, the artist, it's a solo project, but it's on that.
Oh,
YouTube.
then I've heard
that
it.
Name.
Okay, I'm sorry I don't remember, but I've heard it then because I've went through your stuff on there and listened to the topic or whatever to listen to it.
Oh, hell yeah! But yeah, that's the music that that's the song that I'll recommend anybody that isn't into like heavier music, because it's the only song I've got that's not fucking a break shit song.
Yeah, I want to get back into heavy rock stuff too, but it's good to have those easily like listenable songs for everybody.
Yeah, well,
everybody.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I don't want to cut you off.
No, that was it. I was just saying it's good to have those songs like that. You can you could send to probably your grandma or like a kid or like a punk rocker, and they'd at least be like, "Oh, that's actually kind of cool." Like, it's nothing crazy, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, it stemmed from two things. One, I fell in love with that song when I was 17, the first time I ever heard it. I was like, this song is fucking beautiful. I don't have his voice of the guy that originally sings it. It's a fantastic vocalist in a very different style than the way that I sing.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to cover it ever since I first heard it, and uh, I pulled the trigger on doing it because everything that I was doing was screams. Everything. I never got picked up for a feature for anything other than screams, which is fine. I like screaming at a microphone. It's a good time. It's a very good stress relief. Um, but I wanted to show people that I can sing so that maybe I could get a little more variety, right? Um, so those two things kind of fueled me putting that song out.
And most people just want heavy music, don't they? It seems like in our little cliche people, like they just want like a heavy. It sounds like heavy music.
Yeah, it's like I don't, and that, like I said, that's fine. I dig it. Um, but yeah, it seems like that's mostly what people want is heavier music. Um, the only time I've ever been asked to do something that wasn't screaming was actually on that same song that BG was trying to get you on. Um, I was like, yeah, I can do the hook for that, but I've got to wait until this weekend because that's when I have time to record. And somebody else got him a hook before that weekend came around, and so he was like, "Oh, I got the hook taken care of now, so I don't need it." So I was like, "Okay, cool." So
Yeah, I feel like with you wanted to show people you could sing, and you said only had you doing heavy stuff. I actually hate screaming. I hate more than anything. I hate it. It's but that's the main thing people will try to hire me to do is to
mhm.
scream. I'm like, dude, it's like everybody wants heavy music. Yeah, that's sick, but like,
Yeah,
um, yeah, I didn't really have a point to that. It just made me think like, damn, like most of the people I do write for is like screaming.
yeah.
I don't know why.
It's well, it stems back, I think, to what we were talking about earlier, where a lot of people are doing the same kind of music, right? So
Mhm.
it's like,
Oh yeah, and metal's come back like all the heavier rock after the emo rap, so it's like everybody's into the heavy. And to
yeah,
be fair, I don't even know a lot of new bands actually, and I know a lot of the trends are going that way, but like new metal anyway. But like Wage War, I only know like three of their songs, and that's
I
terrible. But they're really good songs. Like the songs I've know, there are three are insanely good, but I don't know much others.
I I found Wage War way back in, I say way back, like I guess it is a long time ago now, but I found them in 2016.
Mhm. Oh,
Uh
yeah, yeah.
I think it was when their first album came out and I heard
I thought
Alive.
I thought they just started the last like 5 years. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2016 they had an album come out or maybe it was an EP and they had a song on it called Alive. Um
Mhm.
which is it's a good track. It's heavy. Um but it's not like sorry, this Dr. Pepper is kicking my ass.
After this, I'm gonna get some coffee, dude. I feel it.
um but it's a heavy track, you know. There's a lot of screaming. It's a very standard metalcore, you know, screaming in the verses, high singing in the choruses, you know, whatever. But as you pointed out earlier, I am a sucker for guitar solos.
Mm.
And not only did they have a guitar solo, but they had it in a weird fucking place. Because usually when you get the
It's your
something
dream
else
band.
usually when you get the something else, you get it after the second chorus, whether it's breakdown or bridge or guitar solo, whatever. They put it after the first chorus, and I did
Oh,
a yeah I did a fucking double take, and it's not a long guitar solo, but it's a guitar solo, and I was like that's kind of cool. So I was like let me check out their other stuff, and then I heard a song called 21, which is pretty cool by them that was on that same album or EP, and then they had a song called Youngblood, which apparently is about a friend of theirs. I don't know if it was when they were younger or if he was a younger person in their friend group, but he took his own life, and the song is kind of a tribute to him, I guess. The way it
mm.
goes, um, but I liked all three of those songs, and then I liked all three of those songs, and they came out with a song called Stitch, I think,
I know
shortly after
Stick.
that, and I liked Stitch, and then I have heard very few things that I really got into after that because they fell into that mold of getting bigger and having a producer that a lot of people in the genre go to, and now it sounds like a lot of other people in the genre, and it kind of pushed me off of it a little bit. And then they also did the thing that I was talking about where sometimes people will just do random things to fill out a time slot, it feels like. They put out a song called Death Roll, which is a really heavy track, and I really like it, except that the guitar solo feels like something that they shoehorned in at the last minute because they wanted to hit the 3-minute timer mark for the radio.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I know that they've been over the last few years like getting a lot of popularity and stuff too, because like a lot of my friends that stay in tune with like music and new music and what's going on, they listen to Wage War, and it's one of those things where I'm working on so much music that I don't listen to new music that much anymore. So
I feel
that's bad on me, but yeah, so it's like I haven't kept up, but to throw it in like a solo, like you said, an interesting part, or like still have some of that sense of, or if I guess if they were that originality to it, super sick, dude. I'm so behind on like even some of the songs you're saying. I'm like I know Stitch. I don't know the others, but I'm so bad at that, dude. Like I should kind of get into more what's being played nowadays, because a lot of people are into all the new music and stuff. But
yeah, it's one of those. A lot of times when it comes to like new music for me, it doesn't come from anything where I'm seeking it out on my own. It comes from one of three. It comes from one of three places. Either I'm listening to my playlist and I have Smart Shuffle on Spotify, and it throws me something, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty sick. Let me check that out, and then I'll find new music that way. Which is rare because I only put Smart Shuffle on if I am tired of my playlist, but I want similar stuff.
Yeah, I'll do that in the gym. I'll have it on like a shuffle then, and sometimes I hear something that catches my eye or my ear. But I surprisingly I do that with a lot of Japanese music. Actually, I listen to a lot of like anime intros and shit. They go so hard for no reason. They're so good, dude.
I'm on a J-rock kick so bad right now. In particular, there's a band called Lumirise, Lumirise, that I randomly, it came across my fucking Smart Shuffle on my playlist, and they had a song that really caught my attention because it came in with this fucking this like really fat, heavy-ish, not really super heavy, but heavy-ish, like drop C guitar riff. And it went from this like sick heavy rock riff to like fucking anime opening, and I was like, I'm fucking stopping what I'm doing right now, and I'm looking at what this band's name is because I need to hear more.
Dude, I do that while we're talking. I'm gonna look and see if I can even find my playlist of this one. There's this one Japanese song that is like insane. I'm not gonna play it because it'll copyright thing, but like I've had like Japanese songs, like anime intro type songs, do that to me where I'm literally just I stop and I'm like, oh dude, like what the fuck? Like I've stopped doing everything just so I can go and save it. See if I know the name, I'll probably see. Oh, speaking of, since we're looking through songs, before I forget, where the fuck is my playlist, bro? Earlier when we were talking about songs that gave you like this feeling of like something or whatever. Yeah. One of those bands is a artist named Low Spirit. So he has this really good song called People Pleasers Anthem. And it's one of the first times in a long time that I heard a song that I was just like, I actually listened to that for like weeks. And I was like, oh my God, like if I still heard it now, it'd be crazy. Okay, so one of the Japanese songs that is absolutely mind-blowing is by Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. That's the band name. They're Japanese. The song's called Let Me Hear. Oh, dude, actually, oh my God, dude, if you're looking for something different, this song starts out just, it's really like, it's attention grabbing. It's like going to be like Poppy singing. He starts yelling, and then they have this like key change later, this tempo change.
Okay.
And then a band called. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna actually, while we're talking, just real quick,
just send it to me.
Yeah, just because we'll forget we're talking so much. Yeah. So I'm gonna send you this right now. And then there's another band called My First Story that did a song called King and Ashley, and there's nothing like particular to that song. It's just really cool. But the one that's insanely weird, I just now sent to your messenger.
Yeah, I got it.
Anyway, I do that with songs sometimes too. I was just like, oh, dude, like sometimes I'll have to stop and do that. But I haven't been doing much of that lately. That's barely got around fucking California, dude. I guess I have a broken toe. I guess. I mean, my doctor did an X-ray. She said it cost a lot, but he's pretty sure it's broken. So I was like, what do you do about that? He's like, well, you just wait till it goes back in place and don't drop on it.
Yep. Yeah, broken. There's not a lot you can do for a broken toe or a broken foot. I found out a couple years ago. So
I didn't like. I almost got mad when they were saying that because I'm like, "Are you not going to see me?" And they were just, they were. It's a fact. They can't do much for that unless it's completely the toe is snapped over or something. But they can't. The bone just heals. Like they can't do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah, it just kind of heals in
Right?
place. It's wild. We were talking about J Rock. There's a so I found Lumi Rise or Lumi Rise. I don't know how. There's a way to pronounce it, and I don't know if it's an English pronunciation or a Japanese intended pronunciation, and those two pronunciations are wildly different, and I can do either one. But Lumirise, I found them, and I followed their band Twitter account, and then I dropped my newest song that I put out, and I dropped that song, and fucking, I shit you not, an hour later, I log into Twitter, which I do way too often for my own health. I'll log in when I get bored and just like I'll check notifications, even though it's usually like nothing.
I do that too.
But I logged in and I had a new notification. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I hit it, and there's this Japanese band that's like a punk, I don't know, alt metal almost punk blend that's called Kanashibari, and they followed me, and I was like, okay, that's sick. And I didn't really think more of it. I was like, I'm being followed by a band out of Japan. That's dope as hell. And then like I got curious like a month later as to how big of a band they were. So I went to their Twitter page and they've got like 30,000 followers. I was like, what the fuck are they following me for?
Dude, that is so cool. That's so weird how that happens. Did you ever play like any of the old school Nintendo games ever?
Yeah.
Like 64 or anything? Did you play Banjo-Kazooie?
A little bit, not a whole lot. It's not really my vibe.
Okay, what about Donkey Kong 64? Did you ever play that?
I played some Donkey Kong 64.
Okay, yeah, so the producer for that, Golden Dark, Perfect Dark or whatever, worked on that Banjo and a lot of the old games. His name is Grant Kirkhope. He's made some of the like coolest songs ever, dude. And he recently was just like commenting on my shit on Instagram. I was like, this is one of those things like, oh, dude, I listened to you when I was a kid. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's so weird how that happens. Yeah, hey, that's cool that band though. Like, noticeably, they're probably checking you out. They're like, "Ooh, gonna feature you on my next song." Maybe they're looking at you, bro.
I would love that. You know how sick that would be, like to just feature.
Oh, that would be a good collab.
Yeah, feature on a Japanese band song. I'm all for it. I love Japanese. I've been studying Japanese for like 2 years now.
Oh, dude, you might. This is probably really disrespectful. I'm actually thinking about taking this down because I don't know if it's considered disrespectful or not, but I actually did a song where half of my lyrics are in Japanese, and I loosely tried to pronounce them. And I don't know if that's disrespectful to people or not, because I had a couple people tell me it was, and I'm just like, dude, but like I see like Full Metal Alchemist, the intro for that anime. Mm-hmm. There's this song called Rewrite, and almost every song I hear that Japanese are trying to sing, our pronunciations are like so off, and it's so cool. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I wonder if it's the same for them. So I don't know. I've been thinking about taking it down. But anyway, I did.
I wouldn't take it down. I think in general, the view is if you're trying to pronounce Japanese words or whatever, you're putting the effort in. I think for the most part, the perception is pretty positive. Like if you go to Japan, and you at least attempt to speak Japanese, usually people will be like, "Oh, sugoi, sugoi," and just tell you that it's like really good, and it could be terrible, but they appreciate the effort, so they'll tell you it's good. So
they're very respectful. So
yeah, so I wouldn't take it down. I think that's pretty dope.
It's pretty sick. Pretty sick.
Yeah. We're getting to the point where I keep going off on tangents and forgetting how the fuck I got there.
Good, dude. Here soon, I'm probably gonna wrap up too. I'm probably gonna get myself a coffee or whatever.
Understandable. Yeah. Damn, I really had something I wanted to talk about too, and I can't remember what it was. And that's that's gonna bug the piss out of me.
I was saying, you can sit here and think for a minute. Anything unusable, you can just remember it's this outro. If you need to cut some dead space out, if you need to think about it, if you had something you want to bring up.
That's fine. We'll just kind of go with the flow. Whenever you are ready to go, you just let me know. We've been going for 2 hours. I've just been having a good time. I like talking to like-minded people. So.
So speaking of that Dragon Ball hat, were you a big into Dragon Ball, or is it just like it's cool?
Dragon Ball Z. So I get a lot of shit from people in my age group because I didn't give a fuck about SpongeBob.
Same.
I didn't care about Adventure Time. I didn't care about what was another big one, Total Drama Island.
Regular show.
Regular Show. I fucking could not stand Regular Show. For me, it was the Toonami block. So
Me
it
too.
was DBZ. It was Zatch Bell. Shout out Zatch Bell if anyone remembers that show. It was fucking Yu Yu Hakusho, G Gundam. I used to stay up and watch Adult Swim when I was a kid. Hi, Mom. I know you're gonna listen to this. I used to be like 8 years old, and I'd wait until my mom was asleep, and I had cable in my room at the time, and I would turn on Adult Swim because you got Yu Yu Hakusho, but with the cussing.
Yeah.
And you got Gundam Wing. I was an anime kid through and through. I loved Pokemon. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh. I loved DBZ, dude. Gohan was my favorite character.
Go.
Gohan still is my favorite character because I don't pay attention to Super and I don't care. Um,
Well, do you remember the block when we were kids? So on Toonami, they would have the original rock soundtrack. They got in some legal trouble or some shit, and they don't produce that anymore. When you grew up on the rock soundtrack, right, with the rock guitars?
yeah, Bruce Falconer.
Yep.
Yep.
So I just wanted to let you know I do have a copy of all upscaled Dragon Ball. Now, okay, listen, it's Kai, but they have edited it and remastered it to upscaled quality. It doesn't look stupid, and it has the original rock soundtrack in it. If you wanted me to send you a Google Drive folder of that to rewatch it at some point in your life, I don't know if you still watch it, but it's all the rock music in there.
That is dope as fuck. What's the legal response to this? I am not complicit to piracy. I do not want this.
No, as long as you don't buy it from me. It's so I was worried about telling people that too online too, that I had a copy of that, but I've actually found out that you're right. Like, yeah, that would be the legal answer. But it's like the guy actually that is giving out, he's not selling it. It's a fan project.
Non-profit.
Fan project. Yeah, so basically it's like he can send it as long as he doesn't make a dime for it. Does he? I don't know. If I did, probably wouldn't answer that. I don't think he is because I have it for free. So I can send it to your your drive link.
I'm absolutely down.
Yeah, we won't say that I did that, but it's a conversation that I might do it, you know.
Right.
You know,
yeah, Gohan Gohan's transformation to Super Saiyan 2 was like, when I was a kid, I was like, that's so cool. Like I was going ham. Gohan, Trunks, and Vegeta were like my favorite characters. I was not really a Goku kid because Goku was never there, man.
Yeah, he was being an absent father. He was an absent father.
Yeah, I like Goku. Goku's cool, but Goku's like the Superman of Dragon Ball for me. Where like, I don't know how much you're into like DC or whatever, but like Superman, probably my least favorite comic book hero. That's like super mainstream.
Mine's Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man, but I don't like the others.
Yeah, I love Spider-Man. But I don't really care for Superman a whole lot. But without Superman, I know that I wouldn't have a lot of other shit. So I'm like, yeah, Superman's cool. It's kind of how I feel about Goku. I'm like, yeah, Goku's cool, but like.
So did you ever watch Kai with it or not watch Kai?
Dude, I've watched when I was a kid, I watched the original Funimation dub coming up. When they redid the Funimation dub and released it to DVD, I found a way to watch all of those. So I've watched the Funimation dub. I've watched Kai several times because it's the shortest format of the actual show. And then I've watched the abridged series on YouTube a bajillion times because it's the actual shortest format where I can kind of get through the story and also have a laugh.
Yeah.
But dude, I love DBZ. Specifically DBZ. I don't care for GT. I don't care for Super. And I don't super care for most of the original Dragon Ball.
Mm.
I like the last couple, every like King Piccolo through the end of Dragon Ball. I dig that, but a lot of the first like early, a lot of early Dragon Ball is a little too silly for my liking. Like when he sends a rabbit to the moon, I'm like what the fuck is that?
Oh, there was a Google post or a Reddit post where it was so funny. Somebody in the Dragon Ball, because I'm on all the Reddit forums, was like, "Is that rabbit guy still on the moon?" And everybody's like, "No, when Piccolo destroyed it, he died." I'm like, I don't know. I just thought of that.
Yeah, it's a little wild. Early Dragon Ball is for me, but man, I from the moment I saw the first episode I ever saw of Dragon Ball Z was the episode where the fight concludes with Raditz and Piccolo's special beam cannons through Raditz and Goku, and they both fucking die. And I was like, that's it. I'm hooked. I don't care about anything else. I want more of this. And
Dude, it's
man,
funny. I was gonna say it's funny because when I was little, I watched original Dragon Ball before Z because it was airing on some fucking. It wasn't Toonam, maybe it was, but Z wasn't airing yet, and I was like 5 or 6 years old. I remember watching Goku, black hair, and the little red suit. And then a few years later, my grandma was watching me, and she's flipping through the channels, and she gets to Cartoon Network, and I see this dude in the same red gi, but he's an adult. I was like, hey, go back. That looks like that Dragon Ball show I used to watch. And it's the episode where he's fighting Majin Buu, and he's going Super Saiyan 3.
Oh,
and he's transforming. And I was watching that, and my grandma was like, it is Dragon Ball, but it has a Z on it. And, we didn't really have much of Google at the time. It's like 2000 maybe or whatever. 2001 too. So like my grandma just went and like got me a bunch of the VHSs, dude, and it just changed my life, dude. And I was asking if you watched Kai because I actually just met me and my girlfriend just met the voice actor for Goku, and that they were basically saying Kai is where they got to go in and do the less Superman thing because the reason Goku's voice actor, sorry I'm being a nerd here, the reason he hates Z, doesn't hate it, but he doesn't prefer it. He says watch Kai's because this is crazy that you say this. And you probably don't even know this, but his biggest complaint on the voice dubbing of Z is that America tried to Americanize Goku to be Superman. Did you know that?
Yeah. There's a lot of yeah. The early dub is really really bad.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's rough. Like he tried to clean it in Kai and make it less Superman, which is why I was saying that. But I could always send you over that rock folder. Maybe. We might send it. We won't say we will.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, we won't admit on air. Maybe it might happen, but that was
wink nudge.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, Dragon Ball is such a huge inspiration in my life. There's literally posters all behind me of Goku.
I've got a kid. My son is 11 years old, and when he was 10, he just randomly came up to me one day and he was like, "Dad, can we watch Dragon Ball Z?" Bro, I lost my shit. I was like, "Fuck yeah, we can watch Dragon Ball Z."
That is so cool.
I went, and that's actually the last time I watched Kai. I sat down. I turned on the TV. I went to Disney Plus, and Disney Plus bought out like Hulu or whatever. So Hulu has all of Kai.
Yep.
And I was like, here we go. I'm gonna turn it on. We're gonna watch Dragon Ball Z, and man, like heartwarming moment.
Dude, that's like parenting at its best. You've won, dude. You've succeeded.
Yeah, dude, I was so happy. The only thing that would make me happier is if he comes up to me and he's like, "Dad, can you teach me how to play guitar?" When that day happens, I'll be set. I'm good.
It'll be there.
But yeah, it's gonna be, it's awesome. Yeah, I'm a big anime guy. I've always been a big anime guy ever since I was a little guy. So yeah, Dragon Ball Z. I watch a lot of current anime too. And I don't just like the type of anime that Dragon Ball is called shonen, and I don't just watch shonen. I watch a lot. I consume probably too much anime.
Same. Yeah, I just finished Naruto. Actually, somehow I just finished that.
Well, it's like fucking 700 episodes.
Dude, I use the filler guide.
Hell yeah.
I didn't watch all that shit. So, but I don't watch much newer anime, but I liked Attack on Titan a lot.
Yeah. So both of those actually, Naruto and Attack on Titan. I switched over to the manga.
Oops.
Um, with Attack on Titan, I switched over to the manga because they announced it was going to be like a 4 year gap between seasons at one point.
I'm so glad I didn't start watching it then. I just watched it last
Uh,
year.
and I was like, I'm not waiting 4 years to see what happens next. So I just finished it out through the manga. And then Naruto, I switched to the manga because I fucking could not do his voice actor.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. Like I tried the dub and I tried the dub and the sub versions of Naruto, and I could not do the like shrill, high pitched believe it. Like it's not my couldn't do it.
That's
Um
fair. I think it's one of those nostalgia things for me because I watched it like that. That's probably
mhm,
why, because I was a kid. Because I have a lot of friends that are younger than me that are just like, I don't really care for the voice. I'm like, oh, it's one of them things, probably.
yeah. Um but I was watching and I came up, it was airing when I was a kid and but I switched over to the manga and I finished it out that way. And I didn't think about it in this way at the time, but I got to skip all the filler.
Yep.
So I'd be in like high school, and my friends would be like, oh, did you see da 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 what had happened and da da da? They're like, yeah, I just wish they'd get back to the main story, whatever, whatever, blah blah blah. And I'm like,
You're like, I can't relate.
yeah, you want me to spoil that for you, or you want to talk about something else?
Dude, that was another one though that was really good though. Is honestly, thank God I used to use the filler guide, but Naruto actually I think is kind of like sort of a masterpiece. There's parts where it does kind of drag even with no filler, but
Hmm.
that was good. Attack on Titan is the best piece of cinema I've ever seen ever.
It's
Not
really
cinema,
good.
but yeah, yeah.
I don't.
And then Breaking Bad is the best show I've probably ever seen, but not much.
So, all right. So Breaking Bad. Have you rewatched Breaking Bad?
It's about 6 times.
Okay. All right. You better than me. So I like Breaking Bad. I think Breaking Bad's a great show. I went back recently and tried to rewatch it, and I forgot how slow the first season is.
It is. I'm one of the biggest supporters of that show, but it is a
Uh,
build up.
I
You know,
had
it almost I
to.
think got canceled. It almost I don't know if I think at one point it almost didn't get renewed or some shit, and they got put on Netflix and blew up.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't. I watched. So I was in the army for a little bit, and when I deployed, one of the things that would happen, allegedly, hypothetically, was movies and TV shows got passed around on people's external hard drives so that you had entertainment, you had shit to watch while you're over there on like a laptop or whatever. And so I watched all of Breaking Bad while I was over there,
Oh well.
um, and it was good. It's a good show. I really like it. I remember liking um I think his name was Gus.
Yep. Gus
Uh,
Fring.
yeah. I liked the season that he was in. I remember being a huge fan of like the ending of the show, and Walter White finally getting his comeuppance, and going full circle. Um,
Mhm.
but I went back and I tried to rewatch it recently, and I just could not get through season one, man. And I don't know if it's like we were talking about before, where due to social media and other things, our attention spans have gotten shorter. We expect a faster payoff now. Um, I'm not sure if it's that or if it's something else, but I could not get through season one. I had to skip season one and go straight to two. I watched like four. I watched all the way up until they dissolved. Oh, spoilers for a fucking 20-year-old show. Um, but I watched all the way up to the
The
point where
body.
they dissolved the body, and I was like, I can't fucking take it anymore. I can't do it. I can't fucking take it. And I went straight to season two, and I was immediately happier.
Well, dude,
Like,
there's like me and my girlfriend tried it at some points, like literally have to like physically like grab our phone and put it in another room or set it down just so we can consume media sometimes because it's we're so used to having it
yeah,
on our with that. I'm probably about to go out here now, but with that, yeah, it's like hard to like consume anything like that. But I will give you that the first season is like it starts out like a drag until after all that shit. Like and then season two, it's still kind of
Yeah.
Then boom, later, and there's just explosion of everything. It's like nonstop.
Yeah, season 2 has like I think the first half of season 2 is more of that slow tension building build up, but I think it gets to the point quicker. And then after in the second half of season 2, it's like a fucking bottle rocket, and it
Yeah,
just doesn't come back down. It's great.
so good, dude. I love it.
But yeah. All right. I guess we'll do one more thing, and then I'll let you go. And if you ever want to do this in the future, I'm totally down.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's kind of died out in the last month or two, but it was going around really big. People were doing Mount Rushmores. All right. So
Okay.
for you, whether it's their influence on you or just your respect for them as an artist or a band or whatever, give me like a Mount Rushmore, like top 4 bands or artists in your opinion of all time.
My girlfriend would say this changes every time I open my mouth, but if I were to, well, no, because it's usually around the same 4. So I would say I really don't think I could put in an order, but if I were to, it would be top 4 is like it would be Linkin Park
Okay.
1. It'd be My Chemical Romance 2.
Okay.
It would be Aerosmith probably 3.
Okay.
And for a 4th, I would, oh God, 4th competes with My Chemical Romance on 2. It really does, dude. But I would probably honestly say Green Day.
Okay.
I would. I know that's so the 2 of those are probably odd for you to hear me say, but no, not really. You listen to classical, but yeah, those. And I just saw the Black Parade's Resurgence tour. I just went and saw that.
Mhm.
My Chemical Romance playing Black Parade, and then I just saw Green Day's 20 Year American Idiot. So those were life changing. But those are my, if I were to throw them in top 4, probably.
Hell yeah. I don't want to keep you much longer because we've been going a long time. But it's so funny you have My Chemical Romance and Green Day in there. The guy that I just talked to last week, his 2 biggest influences that got him into music are Green Day and My Chemical Romance, which
Dude, yes, because you had the punk of Green Day and some of the pop, and then you had My Chemical Romance start with the punk and then hit emo. It's like 4 beautiful things they've blended together. They also very much go into this metalcore thing that we do now. So they were just such good, like, not even like, I hate when people use the word starter stuff, like starter anime, Dragon Ball, or some bullshit. It's like, what you get into is what you get into, but there's a reason they have these labels. So yeah, like it makes sense that maybe somebody else, I'm sure a lot of people you're going to talk to as you go through this, if they do like music like us, are probably going to have like, I don't know about Green Day, but My Chemical Romance,
Yeah, I foresee a lot of My Chemical Romance answers for sure. Green Day always catches me off guard because I'm like, it's so different. But then, like, if people were to hear mine, it's also like fucking wacky. So
Yeah, just American Idiot mainly, storytelling. I like every album Green Day, but it's like the storytelling, the punk rock opera stuff. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, I like Dookie. I like by Green Day the album, not like Dookie like shit, you degenerates.
yeah.
And I like American Idiot a lot. Welcome to the Black Parade's an all-time classic, obviously. So
Oh yeah.
so like I get why they're on there, but at the same time, it's crazy to me the crossover.
As you all.
Yeah, the crossover that Green Day has with metalcore is wild. It's crazy. Like
When you say
everybody.
it is when you say it. It is
Yeah.
kind of weird.
But all right, man. Well, it's been good talking to you. Thanks for coming out and doing this. I'm gonna plug some of your stuff real quick. Everyone, if you want to go check out some of Christian's music, go jump on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music. I'm assuming it's everywhere that you can get music. Is the Suppressed album, 2025. It's really good stuff. It's very, like we said earlier, it's very much in that like emo pop vibe. If you want some standout tracks for me, Heart Reimagine, really good song. If you want to hear the unreimagined version and you like stuff that's a little heavier, you can go check that out too. It's also going to be on there, not on that album, but on Christian's page. But yeah, interlude. The interlude's also really really good. Your interlude track is probably my second or third favorite track on the album.
Really?
Which is wild because it's just called interlude. Yeah, big fan of that. So Yeah, go be sure and check that out. And
Real
Christian and
quick,
yeah, go ahead.
I just like that's crazy because like I don't ever write something I'm not proud of, but I almost threw that song away a million times. And when I go to listen to Suppress, my album, I skip that song every time. I haven't listened to it in months.
Really,
Yeah,
I
it was a throwaway song.
I dig that track. I mean, I can pull up the track list right now, and I can hammer out a lot of my favorites.
That's
Uh,
crazy that you love. That makes me think like I need to stop being so negative on myself because I was like, it's the least one that I would have tried to compile into a project, but I meant the chorus when I sang it, and it was important to me right there, so I used it because it meant something. But I was like, this is the song that I should have replaced, and you say that I skip it every time.
yeah, interludes really good. Letter to a Friend really good. Falling really good. Heart Reimagined really good. But also go listen to the original because there's more to the song.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
he let.
Oh, I did have one more thing specifically that I wanted to ask about. Um,
Okay.
the title track, the opening track to the album.
Somewhere along, my
Yeah,
body felt.
very gospel, very gospel influenced. At
Very
least
intentional.
in the sound. Um, fuck, I've kept you for so long. I feel bad asking another question.
No, no, no.
Uh,
Go ahead. You can ask.
can I? Is there a backstory to that? Because you said it's intentional. So is there a background for that or?
As far as the sound and stuff, and then lyrical content, basically, yeah. So this is hilarious because I don't write lyrics down ever. I haven't wrote lyrics in like 2 years. I
That's
get
another
on the
thing
mic.
I forgot to bring up. Yeah, that's crazy. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, those aren't long points. Like I can get through them, but like I don't write lyrics. This is gonna sound like an egotistical, like oh, because it's so emotional to me. But no, this is literally just how I personally feel. Some of the biggest songwriters of all times are writing their songs. I don't. When I get on the studio, I sit right here like this in this seat right here. First thing I think of, where did all the time go? Every day, da, da. Make it up on the spot
I love that
because
song
it's.
too.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like if I'm singing something for me and I want to like actually be in love with myself and what I'm doing with it, I need to like it takes so much time for me to have a very emotional feeling and to have to pull up my phone and go into my notes and oh yeah, was I still feeling the same energy, the surge that I just felt 20 seconds ago? No, because I'm having to type or
Mhm,
write. So
mhm,
I'm just hitting it as hard as I can right there. Obviously, I'm going to copy and paste a chorus, right? But verses all on the spot, everything, whatever. That's
mhm.
how I do it. And Suppressed came about because I like earlier I think I was in the camera, but I had to take my medicine. They diagnosed me with, I guess, the band-aid word fibromyalgia, which means they just can't figure out what's wrong with you.
Mhm.
So that's kind of ruined my life. I can't really get out of bed a lot of times. I struggle to even walk sometimes. I'm still trying to stay fit in the gym, lost 70 pounds, but my life's a nightmare. So I was just at work at my, because not my producing job work, but at my part-time work.
Mhm.
I was really depressed. I was in all kinds of pain. I was sick off my medicine. And I did write lyrics. I wrote that. Like I sat on my phone and I wrote that. It's like if you read it start to finish, it's just literally just me crying into a microphone about my condition. At the time that I didn't know it was fibromyalgia. So at the end, it's what is the lyric? It's like, if in the end I'm terminal, I don't want to know. I don't want to know
Mhm.
because they were about to give me my diagnosis and shit. So it was just a really scary time. And that whole album was written in all minus 17, 16, 15, minus three songs was all written in 2.5 weeks. I wrote every one of those songs in 2.5 weeks. I wrote the whole thing, did the music, the midis, the synth, the piano, the vocals, the harmonies, everything. 2.5 weeks because I was extremely sick, couldn't go out and do anything. And I was stuck in this dark room right here with this little light and record that whole album. So the whole album is a story, minus the three songs. But yeah, I did all that really fast. The mixes on them I did myself. They sound good enough to digest for listeners. It's not pro anything, but
They
yeah, and the
sound
story of that. And
fucking great, but sorry, don't sell
thank you.
yourself
Yeah,
short.
well, thank you. Yeah, that's my first time ever mixing fully 100% solely and releasing myself anything ever in my life. I always go to other producers to do my music, but I gave up on it. I will for certain projects or if I'm contracted, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's the story of basically the whole album. I know you just asked about Suppress the title track, but then the gospel sound is just like I wanted that church vibe. I used to listen to like singers in church do that shit, and not like religiously for the song at all, but it was more so like Mariana's Trench does a lot of cool vocal harmony stuff, and I just wanted that just all dirty, like you can hear my voice going out of pitch and cracking in that song. I just wanted the raw like 4 layer 5 harmony um thing, but that was a long way to tell you about the song Suppressed. But yes, about the lyrics too. That's just how I do it here.
Yeah, it's insane that you don't write. Which, when I think about it, like, I guess a lot of the times I'm not really writing lyrics ahead of time either. I'm usually like, I'll listen to a track and I don't know. I guess I like to call it the Eminem approach. If you've ever seen how Eminem writes his lyrics, except I'm not like a wacky comic book writer when I do it. But I'll listen to an instrumental and I'll sing something and I'm like, yeah, I like that, and then I'll like write it down or I'll type it in my phone or whatever. Because I spend most of my time at my 9 to 5, which is like a 6 to 2:30, sometimes a 6 to 5:30 for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that you don't write anything down and everything comes out so good is just crazy to me.
Yeah, it could just be like, and thank you for that, dude. Like, it could literally, like, obviously, like, I'm not going to sit here and say I think like I'm some awesome songwriter, or well, what would it be if I'm not a songwriter? I don't write. What is that? What's that called? Some idiot. So if I'm whatever,
an
I'm like
improviser, freestyler,
yeah,
freestylist.
Oh, kind of like method acting, sort of. I guess with singing is what I do, but yeah, I mean, maybe it would benefit people to just like stop thinking so hard about what they're trying to write. Because you know what I also think is when I sing these things and I look back at them on paper, I'm just like, but when you hear it, it's great. I think if people would spend less time, maybe this isn't true for everybody, but if they would just sing the first thing they're actually thinking, dude, and then follow it up with a follow-up word and sentence, and then another part to the chorus that like meant something to them. Try to sing something you really fucking mean, then go back and read it. Maybe it'll make sense. I feel like when I was writing lyrics on my phone and typing, I'm like, this sounds so fucking stupid. But then when you sing it, there's just a thing to it. So I appreciate that you appreciate that. Most people don't do it that way, and that's fine. It's probably not, maybe the best way to do it, but it's easiest for me to just spit it out when I'm feeling it.
If it works, it works. That's what I always tell people. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what your style is or how you do. If it works, it works, and it clearly works for you because you're so productive when it comes to putting out music and working with people, and you can't tell. It's not like you can listen to your music and tell that you didn't write any of it down. Like, it feels like it's thought out. It feels like it's written. So, it's if it works, it works. Like, no, definitely no shame at all in that. It was just,
dude,
blew my mind it just blew my mind the first time you told me that you don't ever write lyrics. I was like, what? Like, Heart is so fucking well put together. By the way, spoiler alert, Heart, the original, is like my favorite song of yours.
Right on.
But Heart is so well put together, and it makes so much sense, and everything flows, and it feels like it belongs. Every part of the song feels like it belongs with the other parts of the song. There's no way in a million years, if you didn't tell me that you don't write lyrics, that I would have ever been able to guess.
See, that's crazy. I guess, like you said, there's no rules though, because that, even you saying that, doesn't make sense to me. I never put that together, but it's like, yeah, I guess typically, the general songwriter is a songwriter, writes their song. But even on Heart, I remember specifically because my mom was actually going to the hospital when I was writing that, and I was just like, oh, dude, life is crazy. Everybody's gonna die. And I remember thinking when I heard that, and also, I'm not gonna write a good song if the instrumental's not good, by the way. And that's
doesn't
how
mean I am. I can't fucking do it. Like, if I don't vibe with the instrumental, I can't write.
Yeah, no, that's the word I meant to say, is vibe, because I don't necessarily think any piece of music is necessarily bad. But like, there's stuff I won't listen to. But when I got the instrumental, we're working with Heart, it was instantly just the little synth intro. I just instantly HEART, rip it out of me. I thought, oh my God, that's all you needed. And then, just sing it, just think it, just whatever, man. You should try that next time. Next time we're tracking something, dude, like, try to just, even if you think it's retarded, sing the first fucking thing you think of, and just see if if you start a chorus, sing the first little line, okay? If you hate it, good. Finish the chorus. Sit back and listen to it. You might really like it. I don't know. And it could just be a me thing, dude. I just might be good at it. I don't know.
I kind of did that. Again, I did write it down because I couldn't at the time, and this is why I write a lot of stuff down. because I'm not in a place where I can record it at that moment. But
Well, yeah.
the track that we've got cooking, when I sat down, when I took time out to come up with lyrics to that, it was literally the first thing that popped in my head. I was like, okay, I like that. We're gonna put that down, and then the next thing, and I was singing it to myself as I go. So all of those lyrics are first take lyrics, but it's not like you do where you're like literally in the moment singing what you come up with. So
Yeah, dude, I'll have to find at some point the old YouTube channel I have where I had a bunch of people submit songs to me, and I would just their instrumentals, and I would just write clean vocals over them immediately. But it got to the point where I was doing that so much that I was missing out on a lot of income because people were like always doing it for free. So I stopped, but I still have some videos of me writing on the spot. I should try to stream them again, but I don't have a great setup. But I really appreciate that you enjoy that, dude. Like, or just any of it, or the suppressed track. Like those are good questions too. And I didn't promote the album much whenever I released it because it's like just my solo thing, and I produce now, and I get contracted to write for other bands. So it was kind of just like a me therapy album. So it's cool to somebody actually like talk to me about the story and stuff. Like it was just really, I enjoyed this and hanging out the whole time like so much. I'll have to do this again.
hell yeah, dude. Anytime, literally anytime, just hit me up. And we'll sit down and record something. But I've taken up 2.5 hours of your time at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Anybody that's listened all the way through, thank you. That's awesome. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next Monday. As far as that goes, it's the Millertime Monday Show, and we're out.